The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
That was beautiful. That last bit was amazing.
One more.
For the players.
I always get jump scares. Always get me.
You should have played that last night for Halloween.
Yeah, I did it for my members.
Oh, that's awesome.
Force sensitive and above. I did a full playthrough of Resident Evil 2 remake, Leon's side, Claire's side, and then
a man of culture, I see.
Oh yes, and then I did Resident Evil 3 remake as an extra little bonus because I wasn't going to do it, but I ended up doing it.
Let me ask you something, right? Like playing that on stream, how do you find it? Like as a gaming experience? Because I think it's great.
I think it's great fun.
This is the weird thing, right? I kind of hated it when it came out because it was so fucking short and everything. But then when I played it on stream, I don't know, I just found myself enjoying it more. It was a weird experience.
I never finished Resident Evil 3 remake when it first came out, and I heard it was really short. And so this was the first time I actually completed that, and I did really enjoy doing it for my members. I did them in 1 hour increment videos, and then I'd upload them an hour in each day.
So there was 2 videos basically.
Well, I did a lot of back and forth things, so it ended up being 6 full hours. How I got 6 hours? Oh, I could get that down to 3, probably no problem. But first time playthrough, I like to try and go everywhere and do everything and try and find what I can and all that sort of business. But I love Resident Evil 2 remake. I think it's superb, absolutely superb. So that was a pleasure to do again. And there were a couple of spots which got me.
I noticed.
I was playing Soma all day.
Ooh.
Any of you 3 even heard of that game? I never even know these days.
Heard of it.
The only reason I know about it is because you've done like a very lengthy review series of it, which was great. It was one of your early ones.
It's one of like it's one of the best pieces of media that's ever been made. I fucking adore that game. But not for the gameplay. It's for something else in there.
The themes. It's all about the themes.
I mean, yeah. Like, not even get it. But there's jump scares too. I got spooked out a whole bunch. I was actually going to say, sorry, Soma.
Soma?
Soma, yeah.
It's by Frictional Games, who I very much adored as a dev company until they released their next game, and then I got very upset. And that's a whole
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real BBC.
Hi.
Welcome to Resident Evil Talk.
Yeah. Welcome to Resident Evil Monthly. I'm your host. So yeah, it's a weird show today because firstly, we're back on this channel. We should have been on Gary's channel today, but Gary has conflu, or basically he's run down. He's got no voice after the meetup, so he's taken a breather this week. but we've got a couple of heavyweights coming to lighten the load.
I'm on a diet.
I know I've gained a bit of weight recently.
I know. Right, okay, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. But we got a critical drinker here, and any moment now, Nick, I'm big timing everyone. Rekieta might also
gay.
So first and foremost, let's introduce you to the regular panel. Hola, how are you doing?
Oh, great. Just wonderful. I've been just
Just
streaming
lovely.
fucking games every single day to get... It's funny. These ones are all like obligation almost. I don't even want to... that makes it sound like I'm not having incredible amounts of fun. I totally am. But like, I'm doing the God of Wars ahead of God of War. I did the spooky games ahead with Halloween. And it's just like, man, it's fucking... To do the things I want to do at the times I want to do them, it just means I have no time for anything else. Which is fine, of all the things that happen. But this month was filled with She-Hulk and other things, and so it's just been nonstop fun, especially because this guy. Why is he shaking his head as though someone here forced him to watch a horrible TV show or something?
I hate you.
No.
I hate you. I hate
Wow.
you. I hate you so much for making me watch She-Hulk.
Didn't you watch
We've
She-Hulk
all
and think,
passed.
yeah,
We've all
this
passed
is
through the
exactly right.
darkness, though, and
With
we've
every
emerged into the
droplet
light.
of blood and suffering that it cost you.
Hasn't it just won an award, a People's Choice Award or something?
It did. Oh my
Hey,
God.
the show
For what?
foreshadowed that. It was just going to win awards for no reason at all.
I don't
Honestly,
biggest
I think-
cunt award. I don't fucking know.
Honestly, at this stage, like one of my doggos is going to win a critical choice award or something just for like rolling over upside down.
Best theatrical dog death.
Yeah, basically.
It was so bad. I mean, there was no redeeming quality at all.
But Nick, you don't understand, man. That means you're exactly the kind of people that were the villains in this show.
You're so sexist.
God.
my God.
If you're offended by it, then clearly they're hitting the mark.
That's fine, because I know what she'll need to then overcome my villainy is a Deus Ex Machina to end all Deus Ex
Need
Machinas.
access to God powers.
You'll have to
defeat you.
literally leave reality to another reality to reshape the existing reality to defeat an internet troll. God, you're the weakest superhero
But
to ever
the
exist.
whole theme, though, was the internet meme of, ha, I was purposely being retarded all along.
Yeah.
That's the show in a nutshell.
We know
That's
how I
what they
told
based
you.
it off.
You know how I told you that they had to do pretty extensive reshoots because the test screenings were absolutely disastrous, and they had to swap this with Ms. Marvel. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if that entire last episode is just like the reshoot. They're like, "Oh my god, this is a disaster. How do we fix this?"
Christ, they thought
yeah,
that was
we'll just take her
better?
out of the show.
Because like that means, did they scrap whatever they had originally? Because Jesus Christ, how bad would it be if that was the replacement storyline?
I honestly don't know. I don't know what the extent of it was, but like I know it needed pretty major reworking, and they had to delay it by like what 3-4 months.
I mean, we'll go into some Disney talk later, but they're all over the place with what they're doing and putting out and the order that they're putting out. Like Andor was done before Kenobi, and
Yeah.
Kenobi came out before. Well, it was written and came out before Andor. Ms. Marvel got shifted around. She-Hulk shifted around. They're shifting around the movies left, right, and center because they don't know.
Some projects scrapped altogether, like Patty
Yeah.
Jenkins is.
I thought maybe that the
Or
idea
Blade.
was that Phase 4 was like a stepping stone phase where they were fucking around while they were sorting out the big dog of Phase 5 and 6. They're going to be the important. But it's like, no, I think they're just really incompetent, and that this is just the state of things right now because they're constantly trying to figure out what the hell else they're supposed to do, what's supposed to happen next.
So
Especially with,
you
like,
saying that we've got to start? Hold on, we've got to start doing this again. Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer. Are we back on Kathleen Kennedy watch?
I don't fucking know if she has anything to do with why it's bad or if she's there or she's not. I just know that it's shitty.
I
She's
heard
gonna be gone
that
any
she
day now,
has-
Az.
I mean-
Any day.
I heard that
Is-
she has all of the power, but she doesn't exercise it out of beneficence and benevolence.
Oh,
Oh.
aren't they releasing those as movies as well? Nina, how you doing?
I'm good. There's a hurricane heading my way. Her name is Lisa. Hurricane
Simpson.
Lisa.
There is a tempest in me.
I know. So that is supposed to hit around tonight/tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens and whether I stay alive. Until then, hurricane watch is happening here, and I'm always happy to be here. Good to see you, Drinker and Rackets. Molly, of course.
Hello.
Hey.
And then we've got two special guests today, because no Gary. Numero uno, wearing the bestest t-shirt in the world. Of course, I'm talking about Critical Drinker, because Guns N' Roses.
Look at him. He's a corpo. He's working for him. Well. We can't trust him.
I've become a corporate shill. I've become the thing I swore to destroy.
You were supposed to join us. No, okay.
I like how you call me a special guest as well. That's just your nice way of saying mentally challenged.
Special Olympics guest.
Drinker's
special-
here in his own special way.
Oh my god.
Oh god, we're gonna get demonetized. I better stop this.
We already are.
Immediate.
I said the see you next Tuesday word after about 2 minutes. We're already done. So
you know, I had that stream with Dankula last week, right? Because it was two Scottish guys doing a live stream together. Like every third word that we spoke was "fuck," and so I couldn't cut together even a 5-minute usable clip that I could upload. It's like every single time it's just like not suitable for advertising, not suitable for advertising.
Is there any part of this video that I can monetize? No. Oh no, you just got to do those insert adverts now that they're just flashing up at your back end. Hey, I know you just started streaming, but now would be a great time to already just cut the flow and put an advert in. Thanks. And then Nick, Mr. Rekieta, or you big time Rumble boy now? What's going on?
Yeah, that's where I've landed because while Critical Drinker just has a problem saying fuck over and over and over, I have a problem getting banned off of the fucking platform over and over and over. So in order to save myself, I have to be on Rumble, which is fine actually, because Rumble doesn't suppress the distribution of my live stream notifications. So I actually have way more people watching over there than I have on YouTube. So I guess that's nice. Thanks, YouTube. You fucking.
So you're trying to say that you and Mama Susan you're on a rock. You may be splitting up.
They broke up.
Well,
When
I mean,
she found out he didn't like She-Hulk, she was like, "Oh,
You know what?
Okay.
I'm still gonna. Yeah, I'll give her my short tidbits.
Oh.
But the full
That's
long.
all I'm able to give people.
The full
That's what I
long
tell
stream.
Tatiana every Saturday.
The full long stream that only happens for Sweet Lady Rumble.
You do know that Tatiana is a umbrella spy drinker.
What? No.
Oh my god.
She told me she loved me.
Yeah. Said we'd be together. But you've been like pumping the numbers on Rumble, mate. Like over 20,000 in streams, 30,000 in streams.
Yeah,
I
it's
actually
been
went and
cool.
watched one. I lurked because
Why would
I
you
don't
do
have a
that?
Rumble. I don't have a Rumble account. So I was there for like 2 minutes. Like fuck this guy, and then I was
Yeah,
like,
oh, thank God. The only reasonable answer.
I watched your Friday stream with Mrs. Rackets. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was a blast.
She was
Has
so
Mrs.
strong.
Racket
It was
started a new
amazing.
channel?
Yeah.
She
on YouTube.
started a channel?
Yeah, she's got a YouTube channel going. She's over 12,000 subscribers, and she puts out these little short videos talking about just mom stuff and little stories about our kids and me, I guess.
It's really
I don't
cute.
know, actually. I don't think she tells stories about me, which is maybe better. Might be good. Might be good because apparently she would reveal
know
how
what that
fucking
means,
fat
don't
I
you?
am.
I got news for you.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
He really looks like you, Nick, by the way.
Yeah, it is me.
I'm just saying. It is you.
Yeah. This is
You
the
were
real
at that
BBC
fancy
after
dress
all.
party again, weren't you? You were Drexling it. Oh my god, I can't believe that.
Yeah, one day I'll have the courage to wear that costume again.
Just make sure there's no cameras around.
No,
Oh
it'll
my
be.
god.
I'll have to do it on camera. Be
It'll
like,
be one of those special Drexels tied up in the basement type of things.
it'll be when I clear like $8 million in my bank account. I'll be like, okay, now it's time. Now
Oh,
I saw someone.
no.
I saw a Halloween costume of someone that went as Trudeau going as blackface, and I thought that was funny.
Well, we
when-
played Monster Hunter World with Perry Chan, and Perry Chan named his character Trudeau Blackface, and his character had Trudeau Blackface on
Yeah, that was a good costume. It was
live on stream.
we did a live show in Minneapolis. It was Dick Masterson did a live show. He did a live show in Minneapolis, but I went and joined, and they had a Nick-alike contest where you could dress like Nick Rekieta.
What did you just call me?
A Nick-alike contest.
Okay.
So it's like a look-alike, but it was like looking like me. Like 3 guys in blackface. They all got kicked out of the venue. So fucking funny. It's like,
What is this world you live on?
I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why they did. A black guy did show up in complete whiteface. He was okay though. They didn't kick him out.
Wow.
Speaking of black guys and whiteface, did you guys see Diddy's costume? He did Joker.
Oh, that was brilliant.
That was
He looked
great.
really good.
Really good.
Yeah, he looked really good, and he got into character too. That was really good.
It was better than Cardi B's Marge Simpson.
Yes. Did you see Lizzo's Marge? She did Marge. Nick, she also did Miss Piggy. No joke. Go to her Instagram. She's
No,
a giant
go-
pig.
Go to her Instagram is something that never follows. Did you see Lizzo? Nina.
Why?
Whatever.
No.
You watch her show. What are you talking about? You watch her show with Drexel.
Why is Lizzo? What is her purpose for existence? Like,
Because
at this point, I don't get it.
all
I'm
of the-
missing something.
All of the liposuction refuse on the planet aggregated into one place and became sentient.
Oh
Az
my
is looking.
god, you're
Az
right.
looking
There
at
is
it.
a Marge Simpson. What the hell?
You're
See, Mahler's looking. Dude, did you see the Miss Piggy? That
Mahler's
Yeah. She's got like a really well make-up pig nose. I don't know why. Oh, those are
God,
like
that Marge
promotional
Simpson.
shots, yeah.
That is the stuff of nightmares.
I told you it's scary.
you guys
She's
are
like a
gonna make me
snake.
go to it. God damn it.
Nick, it's content for you.
Ugh. No,
This
it
dude-
isn't.
He's watching the freaking show with Drexel. And
Look,
then he's crying about checking her Instagram for 2
We
seconds.
have watched 2 episodes. That's it. Oh God. Oh.
Isn't that like the woman of his dreams?
Drexel's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so, it's
Love it. Az is just like vanished. It's like, I'll be back in 30 seconds, chaps.
Yeah, as well.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
when it's uncontrollable and you gotta rub one out, you gotta rub one out.
Yeah. It's more intense when it's on stream as well because you're working against the clock.
Yeah, and you don't want to embarrass yourself.
A real man doesn't turn his cam off.
Well, at least he knows that Lizzo's a
PSP
woman
style.
this time. So that's fine.
Jeffrey Toobin is the only real man.
Well, I hope he's okay.
I-
Maybe he's going for 2 rounds. I don't know. I guess we'll have
Oh my
to
God.
entertain the crowd while.
What the hell do we do now?
Papa
Oh, really?
Bear. He just
Gary.
Gary just super
Gary's
chatted
in chat.
$100.
Hey, Gary is. I was
Gary,
gonna say,
thanks
You
for
madman.
It feels
thanks
to
for
me
not
like
being here, Gary, so I could be here.
the world caught up to him. He was working his ass off for so long and so hard. It's like, no, you got to pay for it now. So Gary's gonna have to take like a few days off, I imagine.
Apologies, got a couple of deliveries coming from Amazon today. That was one of them.
Oh yeah, sure. Delivery.
That was the rum drinker. That was the rum that just arrived.
Hey, I'm on the rum tonight, actually. It's El Dorado I'm on. It's good stuff, by the way.
El Dorado. Well, I just put it by the door and came back upstairs.
Is this in preparation for us doing Warzone or something?
So that's going to get opened up when we do the Warzone 2.
Bad news for you, though. You can't do Warzone on Modern Warfare 2. You still have to have the original to do it. All you get is multiplayer and campaign mode on that, but you don't get the Warzone yet. I don't think that comes out for like another month or something.
Yeah, I think it comes out this month.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know how I'm going to be able to. Well, I'll find a way to access it.
Figure it out. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
But don't you need the Warzone? Sorry, welcome to the Warzone 2 stream. Don't you need the Warzone 2 though to do the guns? Because the guns are going to be introduced into Warzone.
Well, it depends which version you're playing, I suppose. Well,
Warzone
anyway,
2.
this is
anyway,
boring talk for everyone else.
I can't wait till we get to the real Warzone where guns are no longer allowed and we all just get to throw dishes at each other. Drinker, you ever had this? Ever seen this?
Oh, what you got there?
Duncan Taylor, rare old Scotch whiskey.
No, hold on. I'll be on my way over and we'll crack open a glass.
Look who's here.
I know.
He has no
The $100 Gary. No, you know them rules.
He's probably why are you guys talking about Lizzo on my show?
Sorry, Gary.
Because why not?
This is what happens when you're not here to steady the ship.
The next 2 weeks are going to be on Gary's channel to balance the books. So, hey, take a good day off, mate. You've deserved it. And happy anniversary to you and Mrs.
Happy
Nedra.
anniversary. Yay.
Happy anniversary. Man.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. 20 years? Maybe? 21? I don't know. I'm making shit up now. Thank you, man. But you shouldn't have.
News.
And you know I'm going to get you back. So there you go. Fake news, yes. Where should we start? Do you want to start with Henry Cavill, who now at last is ruling Hollywood?
Henry Cavill? Where? Okay.
I guess the Rock has given him permission to start getting good roles again.
Well, the Rock's ex-wife, because
Yeah.
that's who manages both of them. So
I laughed my ass off when I found out he'd quit The Witcher. It's like, yeah, that show's fucked. I mean, it was kind of done anyway. No one cared about it, and yeah, this is the final nail.
I did.
You liked it?
I did. I don't care about The Witcher, because I never played it or read the books or anything. So I just approached this as, this show's kind of fun. It was way less bad than other shit I've ended up watching.
Like She-Hulk?
And it occasionally had really nice chesticles in it, and I was okay with that. And the violence was fun. So I was like, this is a good show for me to watch. It's got things I like.
Do you know what
Swords and
happens on the real BBC on this channel when somebody says something I don't like? Nina, do you want to explain what happens?
We get booted out.
Exactly. Now, I like you, Nick, so I'm going to have to boot Nina out. Because I like you a lot, you know.
Now this stream is my speed. No chicks allowed. Guys, let's get them out.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of the women.
Don't get them out. You'll be bad.
Oh my God, what's Lizzo doing?
It's Lizzo.
Looks like she's taking advantage of me.
She's having
hello.
Banging.
Yeah, so Cavill leaving The Witcher, I'm pretty sure that he had a 3-season deal. And he's already made it perfectly clear that he's not having a good time on the show.
Oh yeah, didn't he say at one point he was going to be there for the long haul, the 7 seasons? But I think after making the first 3, he would have been like, nah.
Well, he's a massive Witcher fan, like a huge Witcher fan, and you couldn't have had a more perfect Geralt. It's somebody who knows not just the games but knows the books as well. Somebody who is a mega fan. Cavill's a geek. He's a nerd. loves his Warhammer, loves his World of Warcraft, loves his video gaming, loves
Builds
his
his own PCs.
He builds his own PCs, knows fans, knows and understands fans' passion, and will correct people that say toxic fans and all this sort of stuff. And so when he got this, I imagine he thought, "Oh my god, I've just got a dream role." And then when he realized it was being made by a bunch of
Retards.
well, Nick would probably, yeah, okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
That's a pretty fair word that sums it up, really.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
retards.
Actually, you know something, it is.
Well, it's not just because well-meaning retards I could sort of accept, but these are people that actually hate the source material at the same time as being woefully incompetent. So that's a pretty potent combination when it comes to making a show, and it explains a lot. It explains why it's so monumentally terrible.
Remember when we got our first look at penis armor? Oh my god, it's Cavill's small arms!
Well, there's
Hey, guys.
armor, right? Not
I
penis.
hate you.
No, this is why it's hard for me to do The Witcher, because when I try to grab the sword, I can only grab it one hand at a time. I tried to bring both hands together to hold my sword, and I can't. So I have to leave the show. Instead, we're going to give it to the other Hemsworth. The other Hemsworth will take
Dollar
my place.
store Hemsworth.
Discount Hemsworth.
The lesser Hemsworth.
You know, I was in that one movie, The Hunger Games.
Was he?
He was in the Hunger Games?
How many
I
years
don't
ago
know.
was that though? 10 years?
Wasn't he? Wasn't he in The Hunger Games?
think- I
What
think
was he in the
well, was he
Hemsworth
in-
in?
Was he in Pacific Rim? The first one.
No, he was in Pacific Rim Job. It was a little bit different.
I will remember that one.
It was
Is
the-
there a third
the
Hemsworth
tour of
brother?
Oh,
these
you're
two.
right. He's famous for the Hunger Games. Okay.
Yeah,
An
there is a third
Independence
one.
Day resurgence.
Do you know why I
There's
know
a
that?
there's a fat Hemsworth as well. He was the one that was in Westworld.
The only reason I know that he was in the Hunger Games was because back when Cracked.com used to be funny, they would feature these articles called, and it was if the show was 10 times shorter and 100% honest, and it was a rewrite of the script of movies, and yeah, they just mentioned Liam Hemsworth being in there. It's like, wait, you're Thor? It's like, no, the other one. It's like, oh.
The other Hemsworth.
Yeah, there's also a Luke Hemsworth that was in Westworld. Like, he's the fat Hemsworth. Like,
God, that must.
he's the
like him
third
already.
best
You
Hemsworth.
This is Henry talking about. Well, you'll see.
Telling fantasy stories is the thing I love to do, and I'm the crazy law loyalist who's all about the details and probably frustrating the bejesus out of everyone by saying, yeah, but what about this and what about this bit, and but he can do this, and everyone's going, hey, just do the thing, Henry, just do the thing, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do the thing, but you do realize you can do this, and I enjoy that aspect of the storytelling. I enjoy getting into it. I enjoy being that person who's always about the details.
I think
Jesus Christ, get this man a passionate director and writer now.
I
please.
know.
exactly, and I think
You know
that
how rare it
he's-
is to find actors like this. Holy fuck.
he's speaking specifically about The Witcher there. Like, we know, like, I know that he's talking about The Witcher there because he's basically come out and said, and then since then, the producer of The Witcher as well, who left the project as well to go work for, I think they're doing Disney, like the X-Men stuff now. They came out and put the Witcher on blast as well, saying that the creators didn't care about anything, and that they're learning from their lessons that they learned from that show, and they're going to be only hiring passionate showmakers now, and blah blah blah. So we know that The Witcher has had problems, and Henry specifically has called them out for a long time. So
Yeah,
that-
then
this is-
because they themselves tried to. Well, they leaked that Henry was difficult to work
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like he
i.e.
didn't just
he-
do all
he-
the stupid shit that we made him do, you know?
Yes. And he was probably saying, you know, Geralt can do this, or we could do that. And even the bit where Roach dies in season 2,
Oh my God,
Lauren
yes.
Hestrich said that she just made a joke out of it. And then Henry was just like, no, this is not how this would go down. So she went, the way that she phrased it, it's kind of like, just do what you want, Henry. Just do what you want. And then he did this wonderful speech, which was like the best part of the whole of Witcher 2.
It really
The
was.
second
That was the
season.
best scene of the whole fucking season. Was that part about Roach?
And then she's like, "Oh yeah, we'll keep that."
Did you remember the really petulant bit from the Bard guy who, like, they're trying to sneak on board a ship and they end up talking to one of the harbor masters. And he's like, "Yeah, I like that song that you did, but like I didn't understand how you had all these time jumps in it and it was out of sequence." And you get this ridiculous. It's just purely the writer's own insecurities and frustrations boiling over. Like, "Oh, you're such a fucking idiotic moron that you don't understand it." It's like, no, you just wrote a convoluted mess of a narrative and nobody understood what the fuck you were talking about. It's like, yeah, why do you blame other people for your own shortcomings? It's just such a fucking blight on. Yeah, that it's like this laid the groundwork for that kind of bullshit behavior as well. It's such a petulant, childish reaction to criticism. Like, instead of thinking like maybe we could just write something smarter and better next time, it's like no, we have to lash out and blame other people for not understanding.
You know what's funny? As you mentioned like petulant and childish, I think of myself. And I think of how live streaming works in the live streaming community. And I wonder if the reason we've got writers who are so like self-unaware, but also so self-professing is because all of the content that they're consuming is the type of content that is not fit for television, but is really, really fits on something like YouTube, where you kind of, you're open with your audience to some degree and you're more vulnerably exposed to it, but it's also more interactive. I think these people desperately crave that type of interaction because I think that's what they consume. And so then when they go to write it into things, everything is a self-projection, and then everything is self-referential and becomes like this criticism of them rather than of their work. And so they react the same way that live streamers often do, where it's like they take everything highly personally and then lash out at the audience, which is great. That's what I do all the time, motherfuckers.
But if you look at their... Go on, you go.
Okay, I think it's two things. One, I think it's they crave praise because they've been showered with it their entire lives. They've been getting participation trophies. They've been getting told that they're amazing and they're stunning and brave, no matter what garbage they produce. And they've never been pushed to do anything better. That's why they can't. And I think two, they go on the internet and they look at what people are saying about them way too much. And so that then filters into the work that they produce. And it becomes this very thin-skinned, oh, well, you're criticizing me, or are you criticizing my writing? Well, I'll show you, and I'm going to get back at you. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'll make your show even shittier.
Yeah.
And you'll watch it.
They think they're clever enough then to write something which puts, like, let's say, like, Drinker, for example. You'll do a Batwoman video, and you'll get over 1 million views. No problem. The actual show itself can't even get 500,000 viewers when it was in its final season. It's in 400 and something, dipping down to 300 and something. So you were essentially getting 5+ times the amount of viewers for your YouTube video than they were getting for their actual episodes of their show. But you would break down what the problems of the show was, why it was failing, yada yada yada, and you would do it in a way that would people will gravitate towards. They can't write a show that people gravitate towards, and it's the same with the thing with She-Hulk, with the whole plan was we knew that we were going to get shit for this show, so we're taking the piss out of you already. Just showed that they didn't believe that they could write a good show. It just showed that they didn't believe that they had the talent, they had the know-how, they had the wit, they had the acumen to actually create a good show that people would be like, this is, 25 minutes of fun. So they just did it an FU.
The most effective way to strike back against your haters and your critics is to produce something really good. I mean, look at, and change their minds. Like, look at us with House of the Dragon. Before that came out, we were sitting here thinking, well, no one's going to give a shit about this. It looks pretty ropey. It's all about, the message and all that garbage. Just can't see this thing working. And it came out, and week on week, it just got better and better. We got more and more involved, and ended up really liking it. And it's great. That's the best comeback you can have, because not only have you proven your detractors wrong, but you've changed their minds in most cases and made them actually like it. That's the hallmark of good writing. I wish we had that more often.
I liked it, but I do have one minor criticism of House of the Dragon. I thought the big I guess the big dramatic moment in the last episode of the season. I don't know. Do we talk spoilers? Like, do we care?
I haven't seen it, but I don't care. But it's up to chat. Are you okay?
I mean, I can talk around it. It's not a big deal.
Vaguely, yeah.
But it was just like I don't know what it was. I think there was so much going on in the show, but the dramatic moment didn't come across dramatic at all. And I think it's because of how they I think switching Rhaenyra's while I get the time jumps and having to switch actresses, but they switch her away to a different actress, and then there was so much pulling back from Rhaenyra's story that when the big moment comes to pay off.
Do you mean the chase, Nick?
Yeah. Yeah, and in the end of the chase. And I was just like, I didn't care that much. And I was like, I wanted to care a little bit more, but those characters were spent so much fucking time off screen throughout the season that they didn't build the dramatic tension for me. So, but the rest of the show, like I really, really enjoyed the shit out of it. I was just like, for a season finale, I wanted more of a dramatic payoff than they gave me. And I think they needed to work a little harder on that. But I'm still pumped for season 2.
I'm assuming what they were going for there was that you weren't necessarily meant to care about those particular characters that much, but it was like the implications of what's going to happen as a result of this chase. You know, because you know what it's going to mean. Like, whereas before it was like, we could maybe work this out. Now it's like, no, that's not going to be happening now.
My biggest problem was the casting of casting that guy, the one that was doing the chase, and he's like supposed to be 15 years old, and he looks like fucking 35. He looked older than fucking all of his younger siblings. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of casting is this? And then Matt Smith looked the same throughout the whole fucking show.
Yeah, there's some age issues. The thing is, the actor for Aemond, I fucking love that actor. I'm very happy they've got him playing that character. But I agree with you that like
it didn't look right.
No way he's the age they want you to think he is.
Right. Like, no way. In what world? And then Matt Smith looked the same while like his bro is just like decrepit, looks like 200 years old. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand.
But I really kind of like Matt
I'd be like, fucking hell, you've been lucky in life, son.
They've also got Otto as well. Otto's looked exactly the same for like 30 years.
Yeah. But like the show was impressive. It was all right.
So yeah, they wanted to think it's the area of like late 20s, early 30s. So you start there, and then you can go for 30 years looking the same. All right, sometimes.
Right.
If you're Ralph Macchio or something.
I wish that was.
There are some guys out there.
Ralph Macchio looks 60 years old. Looks incredible.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because like Tom Cruise, for example, he's coming to the end of that sequence. He's going to have to do that.
He's had work though. He's had.
No, of course. What I'm saying is like. He's probably going to do a switch over to like silver hair at some point over a day. You'll just be silver, you know?
Did James Gunn not do that? It's like he had like dark brown hair and stuff, and then one day he just came out and he had like silvery beard. And
Mike Myers did that as well, didn't he?
But Tom Cruise will look good. Like we saw Collateral, right?
Yeah, no, you'll look good with that.
Yeah.
He can pull it off. I just can't wait till he does the Tom Cruise running fast scene in his next movie, and he's got a fucking walker.
Men look good when they get older. It's the women that hit the wall. We're all.
Tell me about it. That's why we have to trade in for younger models, Nina.
I know. It's true. I can understand it. I totally understand it.
But to kind of bring this back to Cavill, I think what this shows with him leaving as soon as they've said basically, season 3's wrapped. It's coming out next year, and he's got okay, bye. So I think maybe when DC reapproached Cavill to reprise his role as Superman, I think he's had some promises about what they're going to do with the character, how the character is going to be portrayed, and he himself did another interview where he said, I can't talk about it. I can't say anything right now. But what I can say, you know, is that Superman is going to be positive, hopeful, optimistic.
Thank God.
So that was just kind of like, okay, you know, I think he's been promised this is the way that we're going to go with Superman. We're going to make it maybe more a Dick Donner type of, you know, version of the character, but with, you know, modern day sort of, you know, Cavill.
That makes me so
thing.
excited because I don't like Snyderverse Superman.
No, I'm done with that. I'm
done.
glad they've done it when they have, like when he's still young enough to do it, because he's 39 now. Like realistically, he's maybe got another 5 years that he can play Superman and sort of maintain this. So yeah, I just hope they get the most out of him in that time and actually use him properly, because he is a fantastic Superman. He's just been lumbered with terrible movies.
What are they going to do with like the continuity though? Because if they make him a more classic-y, wholesome Boy Scout type, are they just going to try to avoid everything that happened with the Snyder films? Because like that was a much darker history for him, you know.
I think what they're going to do is just like vaguely acknowledge it, but not really go into any details.
I think
I wouldn't be surprised if they totally recast around him. I really wouldn't.
Well, I was going to say, I think they're going to just kind of use the Flash because the Flash is still happening. They're going to probably just use that to reset everything. Like, oh, okay, this is
because
like
he's in the Flash.
Yeah.
But have they got Affleck back as well? No.
Affleck's back for the Flash.
But we don't know what he's doing after that.
But we don't know other than that. But I mean, I could see. I mean, Snyder's problem is Snyder doesn't have anyone to control him. He needs somebody there who can say, Zach, no. You know, we're not doing the Dark Knight, and we're not, you know, Dark Knight Returns and the death of Superman in one movie. That is not how, you know, that's just a
Zachariah.
Yeah, you got to calm down. You need to pick one. We need to pick one and go with it. But Snyder did everything cack-handed. I've said this before. We shouldn't have had Batman v Superman. We should have had World's Finest. That's where World's Finest should have come in. Then you should have introduced Wonder Woman towards the end of that. Then you could have gone from World's Finest to Trinity and had Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Then, because you've got Trinity expands into Justice League because of Trinity. So that's how they should have done it. But I think he was, you know, he's got a vision. I understand his vision, but it certainly wasn't right for Superman.
Was some of it not the studio like desperately trying to play catch up with Marvel?
Sure.
And so they like instead of saying like, well, we're going to have an establishing movie for each character and gradually build it up to our own personal Avengers film, we just need to get everything done as quickly as possible so that we can have an Avengers level movie as well. And so yeah, like that's why you got all these condensing together of different plot lines and trying to do like 50 different things with one flick. It just was never going to work, you know. I don't know how much of that was on Zach and how much was just it was the studio pressuring him, and it just, you know, it wasn't really compatible with his directing style either. You know, I think he would have produced a perfectly good Batman movie if that was like his own thing. It would have been nice and dark and grim, just exactly how he likes movies,
like Batman.
But yeah, exactly.
But just don't kill.
All fine.
Just don't kill.
I'm fine with him killing him.
I'm fine with him killing too, but Batman can be dark. Superman.
Fight.
I mean,
I'm
not
when
like...
I disagree with Drinker, Nina's got to go.
She is on punishment.
Sorry,
today.
Nina.
Damn.
She's
To be fair, he did a decent bit of killing in the Nolan trilogy.
In the final movie.
No, in all three.
Well, in the first movie, he didn't. Right, okay. Yes.
Kick yourself.
Oh, finally.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank God. No, God damn it.
God damn. Okay, right. That's it, Nick. That's it. Now everyone's getting fucking kicked. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just taking myself out.
It's gone. It's gone. I had no control over that. None. He Minecrafted himself. Yeah, I mean, they tried to disguise it a little bit, at least in the it's quite difficult. But no, Batman shouldn't kill. That's one of the major traits, even though they tried to portray it as not killing.
I actually agree with you. I don't like when Batman kills. I'm just saying I understand why some versions do, because he's the Dark Knight and he's like vengeful and blah blah blah. Like I can understand why some versions would do that. I prefer him not to, because he's a hero. I don't like it when the heroes kill. Like he's not an anti-hero, he's a hero to me. So I don't like that when it does that, but I can understand why some people would want it to be that way. But going back to Henry Cavill, though, there's some rumors going around that, like, one of the reasons he bailed on The Witcher 2 is because he's getting paid a lot less. And I think that he would have stayed, and no matter how low of a payment he's getting. I think he loves Geralt so much that he would have stayed if they had done the character justice. I think he's one of those people who would have committed himself to the full project if they were respectful to the property, but they weren't, and they didn't respect him or his ideas or anything. I mean, that whole thing that happened with Lauren Histridge too, like on Twitter. I'm sure he was aware of that thread. I'm sure he was aware of what was going on. And, she made all these promises and then nothing happened. So, of course he's going to leave that. And then he's got other projects, like he's got Highlander. I think he's got Highlander anyways. And then he's got Mass Effect. That's another project. His plate is full. And of course now he's got Superman.
He's got that spy one coming out as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's good. He's good.
I mean the Lauren Histridge thing on Twitter just showed that they didn't give a shit about fans.
Yep.
And that all they wanted to do is she couldn't capitulate quick enough.
No.
In her conversations with the quartering, she couldn't capitulate quick enough to the outraged Karens who probably don't even watch the show. Most of them. It was just the fact that she was having a conversation with the quartering, and we can't have that.
No.
We can't have discourse and trying to find some commonality or common ground. But I do think, I mean, I could be completely and utterly wrong, but I do think Cavill probably had a starting 3-season contract, because I think that's pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
And after the 3rd season, he saw better. I think he saw better opportunities. I think this revamp of Superman for him is massive. Like you said, he's, if they do Mass Effect right, and it is a big kind of if right now, but if they do Mass Effect right, then that could be a great bit of sci-fi. That really could be a good bit of sci-fi.
Yeah, like kind of like Dune, but like Mass Effect. That's how you breathe life into a new in an old property too. Like I'm so over Mass Effect. Like it's been years since I played it, and the ending of that game was shit. So I was like, I don't really give a fuck about Mass Effect at all. But then they're like, hey, Henry Cavill's gonna be in it. And I'm like, what? Mass Effect? Sign me up. Like, okay. Especially if he's gonna be Shepard. I mean, that's gonna be pretty freaking amazing. Depending on who's doing the project. That's important.
We need Henry Cavill as Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Nobody can punch a boulder like him.
Nobody can. I just have him punching boulders for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
unless you're going.
Can you imagine how like if you had a guy with his level of like passion for the source material and pair him up with a good writer director, you could finally produce a good Resident Evil movie after like 25 years.
Yes.
Never will happen. None of this will ever happen. We're not getting. They've never been able to pull off the video game to movie translation. I don't know why. Like, especially with games now that are basically just cinema that you press a button in every so often, that they still can't do it. I don't understand. They just cannot tell a story. It's fucking.
You see the trailer for The Last of Us? You seen the trailers for that, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
There's a Last of Us movie coming out. I thought they made 2 of those. Oh, a whole
HBO.
series.
Yeah, on HBO.
Yeah.
Is it
it's the Mandalorian part 2.
It's just gonna star the big chick who was pounding that guy from behind. Is that?
Oh my god.
Oh,
they're all big chicks now, dude. All the characters are big chicks now.
Yeah,
No,
who's not a big chick?
Future is female.
They've even added characters which weren't in the games to add more female characters in, and This is going to be a disaster show. This is going to be disastrous.
It's great. It's just
I'm
yeah,
so
it's
not
great to see
interested.
people just repeating the same mistakes again and again, just never learning anything from it.
But Cuckman is an executive producer or producer on this as well, so he's
he'll
like
save
signing
it.
off on all these. Oh,
Sign me up.
I love nothing more than watching just angry lesbians be angry lesbians and really, really displaying the progressiveness and tolerance of the alphabet mafia. That's a great one. These are lesbians. They're gonna start fighting and stabbing each other and biting parts off of each other. And
Oh dear.
I mean, to be fair,
Okay.
I've watched that movie. I just don't think Druckmann will pull it off.
he might be pulling it off. But when he did his seminar, when Cuckman did his seminar, and he was, after he'd, bought into all the Anita Sarkeesian Kool-Aid, and he was like shitting over Hideo Kojima in that. he was bringing up the like women that he's like, these women in video games, and he had like Lara Croft, and he had is it Quiet
From Metal Gear Solid.
Quiet
5,
from
yeah.
Metal Gear. He had her, and I'm just like, whoa! When you start shitting over a legit visionary, I mean,
Yeah, it's
Kojima
like
is a legit...
Neil, try and take a shit on the boss from Metal Gear Solid 3. I dare you.
yes.
Fucking call your bluff on that one, son.
So that was just like, ooh, this man is he's not into video games. He's into this agenda now. And it was also showed when Amy Hennig left a Naughty Dog, how the writing changed dramatically.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, I would have loved to have had an Amy Hennig Star Wars game that she was meant to do. That.
Well, Neil Druckmann's influence was all over Uncharted 4, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's why you had Nadine
That's why it
crowbarred into
sucks.
it, who like served no purpose except to beat the shit out of Nathan.
But he gave himself away in that as well, because he himself says there was a point where it was actually going to be a son. Nathan Drake was going to have a son at the end.
Yeah.
And it was written in that it was a son and all of this. And he said one day, one of the staff members said, well, if it doesn't matter if it's a son or a daughter, why not just make it a daughter? So he said, so I changed it to a daughter. And then I said to myself, but if you have just said that it didn't matter if it was a son or a daughter, and you make a change in your decision from one to the other, then clearly it mattered.
I think this is what happens when because this whole mindset of like, oh well, it doesn't matter. It only ever goes one way.
Yeah.
And it's only ever used to justify like one particular direction of change. And yeah, it's such a weird rationale, because then it's like, well, if it doesn't matter, why do you care so much about it? Why do you want this change to happen? Does it matter to you? Apparently it does.
Yeah, because if it didn't matter, why is the conversation happening?
Yeah, because I think you had a video about this once where you really articulated it well, where you said it's easy to say it doesn't matter when you've gotten what you want.
Yes.
When you've gotten everything that you want and you've achieved all of your aims, then it's really easy to step back and say, hey, we changed a bunch of things, it doesn't matter. Why do you care so much?
Why do you?
I've got what I want now.
Drinker, did you watch the movie?
The Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reviewed it.
Did you? I didn't see your review. Oh no. What'd you
But
think?
I want to see it, so I haven't seen the review, because I want to see it at some point. But
you haven't watched it?
It's weak, man. It's weak.
It was weak.
It suffers from Mark Wahlberg syndrome to some extent.
And some Tom Holland syndrome too, because he was like the same person as
the
Spider-Man.
casting is all out of whack.
Yeah, it was.
and I
you know what
why.
casting is great for Uncharted? The Nathan Fillion 15-minute fan made.
Yeah. Yes.
Nailed it.
Which
That
is
was so
great.
good. Like,
Tom Holland is just he's great as Peter Parker. Stop trying to pretend that he's like a legit action hero. He's a boy. He's a little boy with a boyish face and a boyish voice. Like
he's a
cannot
gymnast,
be a
isn't
man
he?
like this.
He's a gymnast. He should be on a vault horse or something.
Yeah, like Nathan Drake is a man. Okay,
Yep.
he's a big burly dude. who can like throw himself around and get involved in these punch-ups and stuff, and he knows how to handle himself in a fight. He's like a kind of less suave James Bond.
Also,
This
Yeah,
is
he's
not
a
what
rough-
Tom
yeah.
Holland is.
too, where it was
Yeah.
annoying in the end because it was like super woke, and I was like, "What? This was so unnecessary." Like, just don't understand why they do this all of the time.
Mark Wahlberg
No.
is way closer to Nathan Drake than Tom Holland is, which is kind
Yeah,
He
of
was
funny.
supposed to be Nathan Drake. That's the problem. That's why this casting played out the way it was. Like they were supposed to make a movie like 10 years ago, and he was cast as Nathan Drake. It got caught in
Oh
development hell.
yes.
And by the time they were actually ready to go into production, it's like, well, Mark Wahlberg's 50 now. He's kind of too old to launch a franchise like this. What can we do with him? We'll have him play Sully. But then he's like, but he's still like Mark Wahlberg. You know, he's still like big and buff and stuff. And like, he's too old to play Nate, but he's too young to play Sully. So
Yeah,
it's
He's
just
too
Sully's
young
a
to
very
play Sully.
specific character is Sully, very specific, and
Yeah, well, it's weird
Mark
because
Wahlberg
at times,
isn't.
like at times he's like fighting and beating the shit out of people, like just like he's basically Nathan Drake, and then other times he's like, I haven't got my glasses, I can't see, you know, and he's like trying to pretend, or he's like, yeah, I got a bad knee, kid, and he's like trying to pretend like he's an old man, but it's like you're not, you're Mark
It made no
Wahlberg.
sense. It was so stupid.
you're Marky Mark and a punch you punch.
Yeah, and he can't act, obviously. Like he just all he can play in every fucking role is just Mark Wahlberg. So yeah,
He's
that all
great at the
combined
happening.
together, he's a bad Sully.
Chat. Just want to address you for a second, please.
Ooh.
You want to undress them?
I'm going to address them
Oh,
for a second. I don't normally say what goes on behind the scenes here,
Oh,
but
no.
in the private chat, there's been some conversation about Halloween costumes. Nick, specifically Nick, I think you'll appreciate this the most.
okay.
I want you to rank this Halloween costume from Mr. Philip Burnell.
Oh my God.
Now, this is Ken from Street Fighter, apparently,
What do you mean? Apparently.
because it looks more like Karen from accounting. Or maybe even Ada Wong with blonde hair. I don't quite know.
I'm expecting the best tornado kick to ever happen. Any second now. All right.
More like a
here we
donkey
go.
punch, I think. But
Baruchin.
When he bought that outfit, that was the best $2 he ever spent.
apparently, this was the most expensive Halloween costume he's ever bought.
Somebody probably sent it to him. He probably didn't even pay for it.
No, he was very proud.
Wait, what is?
He
what
was
is
got
very
the
proud
gloves.
when he put it on.
He's
He
got the hand
gloves.
pads.
He said it didn't come with a wig, so he bought the wig
Oh my god.
and he styled it to be a quote exactly like Ken.
He nailed it.
So the Level 1 podcast is that his podcast?
Yes, that's what he calls his podcast because Keemstar said that you're always on level 1, Phil. You
Okay.
never level up.
I'm sorry, Az, but this super chat is hilarious. Johnny Mailman for $5 says it's Liz Truss.
Doing
Oh
a
my
resignation
God.
speech.
she's got to make money somehow now. You know.
Oh fuck, that's funny.
In Liz we trust.
Ooh,
So, chat, what would you? I'd like to see you out of 10. Can you please rank Mr. Burnell's Ken from Street Fighter Halloween costume? I give it 15 out of 10.
yeah, I was gonna
Myself.
say 11.
Nick, what would you grade it?
Would undress out of 10. I can't deny it.
You're so gay.
I'm ride or die.
deny it.
Wait,
I got news
What do you-
for you
wait. Why is that gay?
because you said
That's
you
a
wanted
sexy
to
woman
undress-
right there.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
But she's hot though. I mean, her arms are a little chunky for me, but
That's
A little
a
hairy
man.
for me, but
Oh my god. No.
I'd really like how the chin hair would tickle my balls.
Oh my god.
there's a DSP detractor called Mighty D, and I love Mighty D's videos because they're so funnily edited. He put out a video today about this. I don't think I have belly laughed so hard in my life at this. It just the way that he put the video together, and just feels just complete lack of awareness. But he did start shouting at his audience later because everyone was super chatting saying, "Why are you dressed as a transvestite?"
I want to do the interview as I want to. He said he wants to be interviewed
as well.
But I don't have contact with him anymore because I lost my Twitter. DSP, please let me interview you. Email me. I will give you. All jokes aside, buddy, I will give you the fairest interview on the planet. You know I will. We've had really good talks in DMs, and I would be happy to conduct that interview. It'd be great. We'll have a great time.
Phil, I wouldn't want to conduct the interview because I think you're a scamming piece of shit. I think you're
you should do it
one
with
of the
me.
most disgusting people to be on the internet, and the sooner you fuck off, the better. But Nick, he'll treat you right. I won't.
Nick treats everybody fairly.
Maybe it should be both at the same time. Good cop, bad cop.
Ooh, that would be fun.
He doesn't want bad cop. He just wants to basically get a forum to tell his lies and then be thank you because he doesn't have one.
I
The
like
last
the idea
time
of him
Az
doing
and
this
I-
like really like chill, fair podcast, and then every so often Az just jumps in like you're a lying piece of shit. Phil.
That happened when
Admit what you did.
Confess.
That happened when I was having that stream about Vito, and Az came on there and was like, "You piece of shit."
Vito ran away.
He ran.
Vito is a
Anyway.
piece of shit, though.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
One of
All
the
I said
actually,
is,
that was the most uncomfortable several hours of my life. Pretty much was when I was at Dick Masterson's house in LA for the live show that he did out there, and I had to spend a considerable amount of time in proximity to Vito, which was cordial and civil, but awkward. Very awkward.
What the fuck?
I want to watch this movie.
I'm into it.
International Angels, Persian Ho 1 and Persian Ho 2, and then the Asian.
Wouldn't it be Asian hoe? I'm confused. Just the Asian.
That'd be mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't say
Why you
that.
gotta be racist?
What the fuck?
Jesus, Nina.
God.
Well, then, never
Why do you
mind.
think you keep getting kicked? Can't tolerate
Equality.
that sort of talk in here.
God.
It's a nightmare.
Love you, X-ray girl. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
She messaged me drunk videoed me drunk.
She did.
And then when I called her drunk, she said, I'm not fucking drunk.
That's how you know they're not when they.
That's yeah. Oh, you got me. Fair is fair.
Like, oh, my mistake.
So I sense good things, Cavill. I think we got fingers crossed, and I really hope I'm not wrong
Wait, sorry,
here.
where are you putting your fingers?
Oh.
Crossed.
Oh, okay.
I think that I think at least DC want to start making some money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Get rid of Ezra Miller, man. I don't like Ezra Miller.
Black
he's
Adam
out,
has
though.
been
He's out.
Black Adam's been rocky, right? Like it's not doing as well as The Rock probably wanted it to, as far as I can tell.
As far as critics go, no.
Yeah, has it not been one of his most successful films though?
I've
mean, I don't know if
heard it had a
they
good
expected
start, but apparently
more
it's
from
like it's falling behind projections now.
Black Adam.
Let's see
Yeah,
what's got.
and from what we can tell, obviously it's gonna have trouble maintaining any kind of steam because Wakanda Forever's on its way out soon.
Yeah, it's still number one. It's just caught back up with the bottom of the projections.
Yeah.
It's on
So
252 mil worldwide.
Yeah.
Would you
Hasn't
guys
made its money
say
back yet.
it's not the level that The Rock would have wanted, but it's still like solid in terms of how bad it could have gone?
Yes.
Because it was an expensive one to make, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think they put a lot of
180,
marketing
was it?
behind this one.
I think they really wanted this to work out.
Well, yeah, because this was meant to be the start of the new era of DC on film. Like, this was the reboot, effectively, that was going to kick off the new era.
Yeah.
And they needed it to land well.
They're like in the same position as the Dark Universe, only they had a couple of bangers in terms of box office, and so now they're just confused as to how to start, where to start, what should be in it, you know? I guarantee they've had like a million meetings about this. Not necessarily about the idea of continuity, but literally like, so did Batman vs Superman, and did that happen still? That has happened? It's like, I don't know anymore.
Oh
Why do
my.
people do this? Why do you do this, people?
What do you mean? You look great.
I know,
Wow.
I know. It's fetishism. That's what I'm complaining about. I just get fucking
Hold on, I gotta turn off my
fetishized,
camera.
mate.
You have a really big saber.
Thank you.
Oh God. Wait, no, put it back, please.
Oh my god. I hate you. Change your icon.
I'm not here to be easy on the eye for you. Come on, Jack. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, have
Okay.
we found out yet?
Is that
Sorry,
better?
sorry, carry on.
Oh my
carry on.
god.
Is this what we need? Is this
Wow.
what you wanted in your life?
Oh, do you know
much
who that
better.
is, ladies and gentlemen?
That's much better.
Faye
Do you know who
Valentine,
that is,
correct?
though?
Yes.
Faye Valentine.
That is
Quote,
the
unquote.
actress who played Faye Valentine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not Faye Valentine. It's just Daniela Pineda or whatever in some other movie where she
Yeah.
dressed like
Yeah, I
Faye
thought that was a
Valentine.
dude in drag. Whoops.
So did everyone else.
Dude, we're all seeing it now. We're all seeing.
You thought it was a dude in drag? As? Only
No,
you can
it's-
tell
no,
us.
I know
Maybe,
that
like,
this
it's
is
not
Danielle Pinette, whatever she's called. But it was just funny that she was, when she gave her speech about, can't use prevailing clothes or, the original costume, and then she's just like got her tits out in movies and
She said it
dancing
goes
around
up
in
the
the-
crevices.
yeah,
That's 'cause
up
she's
the-
got
all
a
the
cave.
crevices.
She's got a cave down there. So everything's gonna just,
Cavernous.
I know she's not. You
it's
know,
the void.
she's not helping her vagina much there, is she?
No.
The problem with her was always she's fine looking. Like she's not ugly or anything, but
That's
she's
pretty,
not
very pretty.
She's not well, let's not go
I
too
think she's.
far here.
I think she's very pretty. I think.
Okay. Well,
But
all
then
right,
again,
but-
you thought the bride from She-Hulk was really pretty too, right?
No, I thought the bride from She-Hulk had a great rack. Sorry, I thought that dude had a great rack.
Oh God. But it wasn't Faye though. It's
No.
not Faye. You can't do that. Faye's
Well, no,
little-
because they made it gay as well. Faye isn't
Yeah.
gay.
Wait, they did?
She's
Yeah, they made it gay in the show.
I made it 13 minutes into the first episode and I shut that shit off and never looked back.
That's me watching
hated
The
it.
Peripheral, by the way, on Amazon.
Yes.
I made it 12 minutes in. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, Nick, they made her scissor some chick.
Yeah.
How did they
She's
fit
gay
the
now.
other girl between her thighs?
She fell into all the crevices.
Oh God. Did
got
she suck her
sucked
in? Was it
Yeah.
vor?
She got sucked in like the void.
Oh,
But yeah,
we
like,
got
it was basically a masterclass in like how to alienate your audience before the show's even begun.
Oh,
where
yeah.
she does that little video,
Oh my god!
It's good.
The proof is there.
Oh no! Hey, you could make that like for Nancy Pelosi too. That's funny.
Sorry, Drinker, go on, mate.
Yeah, it was just I think I made my point there. Just she could have won people over by being kind of likable, being nice about it, taking the criticism on the chin. But nah, Daniela went down a different path. That worked out well.
Well-traveled path at this
Kind
point.
of like
Yeah.
the guy that played Spike. What was his name? The Asian dude.
Cho.
The other Spike. The
Yeah,
less
that- yeah.
cool Spike.
He was really nice about it, and he was like, talking nicely to the fans, and he was like, I tried my best, I got ready for the
Spike
role.
is 27 years old.
But he did his best, and he was nice about it. Like, he was like, I hope you
He was
enjoy
nice about it.
Blah blah
John
blah.
Cho, is it John Cho?
Yeah,
Cho
John Cho.
was 49 at the time, maybe 50 or 51.
Mhm.
That's a different life experience completely, and that's why Spike's story didn't work in the show either, because they were trying to show this story of like lost love. He's nearly 50. He's 50.
I know. I agree, but I'm saying, like, as the actor, like, the actor was nice about it versus the actress who was like, telling everyone to fuck right off for not liking it.
It's just the best way to do business in the 2020s, and everybody seems to be doing it. It's a catching trend. What you do is you just tell the audience to not consume your product right at the beginning, right at the outset. You like, you know what? Just fuck off. Fuck off.
It wasn't made for you.
It's like, who is it made for? Then, you dumb bitch. Like, what were you think? You think it was made for you? So you go like rewatch your tapes of the fucking episodes? No, it's made. I can't get this. You make what the people will want to see, and they've lost that all over the place. They're like, no, you know what? We're gonna make what we want to tell them. It's like, no, you need to tailor this type of mass entertainment towards what people will want to watch, because there's such an investment. Again, if you want to tailor, like, if you want to do your thing and have people come to it, there's a whole genre out there of YouTube that we all do just fine, and people will come watch. That's where you go and find your audience. But where the audience exists for a thing, make the fucking thing and stop bitching about it, or find somebody else who will. I don't get this. Like, oh, I want to tell my story. No one wants to hear your story. You're boring.
But that's the narcissist in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the She-Hulk is a series of the writers telling stories of how they got plowed in college. That's She-Hulk.
and
I got really drunk and fucked
regret.
a dude, and then never saw him again. 8 episodes of that.
Or do you think that's like what they wish happened? Because I feel like, I don't know if those women were being banged, because maybe with bags on their head, because they're really fucking ugly, man. I don't know.
I think
Dude, these women were easier than a. Go on.
It feels like more of a coping session where it's like, we've made really horrible choices in life,
Yeah.
and it's like we're lonely and miserable, and like, yeah, we focused everything on our careers, and now we're like about to hit the wall, and suddenly people aren't showing us attention
they've
anymore.
smashed into the wall and everywhere.
Well, yeah, and it's like we're kind of starting to realize that our lives are actually pretty empty and meaningless. But, rather than trying to address it, it's like, we'll just structure this entire show around justifying why we did the way, things the way we did, and make ourselves feel better as a result. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, there was definitely coping sessions, and you could see the insecurity of the writers coming through the character, just very, very blatantly, and they thought they were writing this strong, independent woman, and they were writing this insecure, out of control, unable to hold a job, a man, friendship with people.
Alcoholic.
Yeah. I know what happened because as a writing major in college, I took writers' workshops all the time because they're the best classes, because you don't have to do any fucking work. So what you do is, for writers' workshop, every week you have to bring in, or the ones I took, every week you have to bring in some sort of piece, poem, short story, depending on the class. And then everybody's got to read it. And then the next week they all come in and criticize it, which in college, in liberal arts college, is actually just everybody jerking each other off. Like, oh, I love this. Never tell you what they didn't like. Which is fantastic. But when you don't do the work, you just grab whatever you have laying around. Say, oh yeah, here's this. I worked really hard on this one, and you just turn that in. That's what happened every day. They just grabbed their therapy notes and handed those in as the fucking script for She-Hulk. It's like, I was talking to my therapist last night about why my cobwebs are calling me for my vagina. And
Well, they literally did a therapy episode.
Well, every episode's
God, it was
just
so
structured around the most
And it was the
boring-
longest episode.
the most boring, mundane stuff as well, like going dress shopping, like having to go to a friend's wedding, trying online dating. You know, it's just it's the ultimate example of, oh, just write what you know. It's like, well, all I know is like really boring, like, you know, standard stuff that people do when they're in their 30s. Like, I'll just write that then. Fine.
I think that's
no
their
imagination.
vacuous lives, though. That's all their lives are made up of: shopping, drinking, and having any lack of responsibility for anything else.
my favorite part was how you could tell none of them have ever made any money in their lives by the way they wrote. By the way, they wrote a character that was leading up a new division of the most powerful law firm in the country, and she loses her job, and one day later doesn't have an apartment or anything else because
she has to move back with her parents.
Where's the money?
No
Where's
savings
the money
from her.
gone?
Her probably $500,000 a year starting salary job. She just has no money, no money for anything ever.
That bar. I mean, she was an alcoholic.
She can't buy a house. She rents. She drinks during the daytime. She drinks before she goes out. She drinks on a date. She drinks to a catatonic state.
She drinks at the office.
She probably is drug addict as well.
I think my favorite one was her friend who, like, she loses her job, and instead of, like, you know, showing a bit of solidarity, her friend's just like, well, we're staying on because we get paid really well and we get nice offices. I just thought,
and you know, her friend
wow,
would throw
what
her
great
under the
priorities
bus.
these writers have.
It wasn't even clear if she was fired because of the whole breaking the law shit, or because she just doesn't have She-Hulk anymore and she's inhibited. So they just, you know, that's the only reason they hired her. And so ultimately, like, I don't know, if my friend lost the job and they were like, you got to quit too, I guess I'd just be like, do I have to? I don't know. Like, you kind of you wrecked a whole building. I don't know. It doesn't feel the whole angle of solidarity. The funny thing is, though, is just that character, right? She's such a hypocrite. She's like, fuck these people. I'm going to steal stuff from them. We hate them, right? I'm staying here, though.
Well, the biggest hypocrisy was at the end of the series when she was saying, you need to take responsibility for your actions. And this is a person who literally changed the ending of the show twice so that she didn't have to take any responsibility for her actions. Stupid cow.
Isn't it interesting, though? Like, guys like Tony Stark, you know, he starts out arrogant, conceited, you know, narcissist. Doesn't think too much about what happens to all the weapons that he invents and manufactures. He experiences real consequences of that, and he has to learn some pretty harsh lessons pretty quickly, and it causes him to grow as a character and become a more likable person as a result. That's called character development. The writers of She-Hulk probably should have just watched Iron Man. They could have learned a lot from that movie.
No, you fell into the trap, drinker. The trap is you think a woman needs to be better than she already is.
Yeah. She's perfect. The world needs to change to accommodate her.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, we kind of took that to the nth degree now, haven't we? Like, when she's in the world, actually condemned for her actions, she then steps out of the world. Like, that's it. Can you even go further than that? That's like,
she kept telling on herself. And speaking about telling on yourself, look at this for a tweet from a critic. I know you don't believe when people come out of a world premiere and say a movie is awesome. What a first line disclaimer. But Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a fantastic sequel and a great movie.
Sure.
This is going to be par for the course for the next few weeks, right? No professional critic worth their salt is ever going to criticize this movie. It's going to get 110% across the board.
This guy's profile picture told me everything I needed to know about his criticism of this movie. I could write his movie review right now.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. I feel like I know exactly what his voice would sound like if he was talking. You know what I mean?
Well,
it would be
somewhere
like
around right here.
No, I think it would be higher pitched than that, and I think it would have
throw it
that
around
like
right
Californian like uplift at the end of every sentence.
Oh
to it.
God.
I know you don't believe me. When you come out of the world from here.
Well, I was told that white people shouldn't watch Black Panther until all the black people have watched it first.
I will look.
True.
I was going to say that would make for very empty movie theaters in Scotland.
That sounds like racial violence against the poor black people that you're sending to it.
Could you imagine?
In
You have,
that
like, a group
theme,
of friends.
I'll buy any black person who wants a ticket to Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'll
But
buy
imagine
you
if
your
you
ticket.
show up at the theater, you're all excited to watch it, and then like one black guy walks in, you're like, oh, go away.
Wait, but
This is like my third attempt.
they take this sort of thing super seriously, and then they're walking in, the big group of friends, been friends for a decade. You know, you always go out, watch movies, have drinks, stuff. This is just like maybe 3 white guys, 2 black guys, and they're walking up just as a group. And the 3 white guys stop, and they usher the black people in first. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, well, yeah, this is your movie.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck is
The white
going
people
on?
are supposed to protect from other white people getting in, apparently. Like they're supposed to barricade.
This was. I love this idea because it was just some random on Twitter as well. Like as if people watching that are gonna say to themselves, "Well, I was planning to see it on opening weekend, but because this random Twitter user told me not to, guess I better not."
Wasn't it Brie Larson who said like the Wrinkle in Time isn't made for
40-year-old white men?
Yeah,
Yep.
specifying the race as if like, because we watched on EFAP movies, we said to Jay Longboat and Friggy after, is like, so what did you think of the movie made for you guys? Like, this is made for you. Enjoy. Wrinkle in Time is awful, by the way.
But it's nice that there's a white
That's
woman saying
Terrible.
that as well.
Imagine being told that though, like, oh, this movie's made for you, black people. Enjoy. It was like, what the fuck you?
But well,
feel like we went back
flip
in-
it.
a bit
Flip
like
this
the,
for a second, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you had like I don't know, like All Quiet on the Western Front that's just come out, and it's like, yeah, imagine a white person on Twitter going like, well, no black people can go see this because this is like about the white experience in World War One. So you need to just like not go,
God.
like you need to make way for them. It's like you can't do that.
Buy a ticket and give it to a white person, and then go outside and make sure no black people come in. Wow!
Wow. Yikes.
See how that goes down.
The best would be watching the equivocation when they'd be like, well, this is only for white people, in England and France and very specific people in a time, place, ignoring the, no one's ever been to Wakanda.
What do you mean? I've been there.
Well,
It's
that's true.
Of all the movies as well to take this kind of stand on, like is this big budget piece of like corporatized Disney trash that's being shoveled at you, like this is your hill to die on? Like there's got to be better movies out there if you're looking for like representation and the championing of amazing black characters. Like surely there's got to be something better than Black Panther.
Dude, jokes
I-
aside, though, that trailer looks awful. Like, I was like, what is this?
The trailer I liked because they play on the emotion of Chadwick passing away and stuff, which is you can make your own judgments on whether that's in good taste or not. But the clips that we've seen of it,
No,
looked
I
a bit
meant the
rough.
I meant the
I'm
clips.
just gonna pull
okay.
one up. For
That's
it.
the one.
Oh.
Yeah, they were.
I haven't seen them. I've only heard people saying they're horrible.
Oh, okay, Mola. Let's play this one first.
Okay,
I've
Mama,
never
let's
watched
torture
any
you.
of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time for
I'm
torture.
okay with that. I'm okay.
These guys
Hey,
call
Mola.
themselves my friends, by the
Mola,
way.
this trailer was made for you.
Oh no.
Okay, this
I'm a
trailer.
creature of shadow, not a black person. Very different things.
Wow.
So this is one of the teasers that they released. This is a little snippet from the movie.
Nick is not ready for this.
What?
What's going on?
What the fuck?
What was that? Was that a grenade?
Let's
Yes.
just take it in. Let's just take it in for the.
Why is it flooding?
Is that an Avatar guy?
Oh no, that guy.
That's really bad because I don't know if that guy could swim.
That guy looks like he's from Avatar. Like, throwing cameras out. Oh my!
I think if I said there would be a giant black man pounding his chest like King Kong, I think I would get like deleted. I think that, but now I can because it happened. Why is it flooding? Why is Wakanda, like they have all the technology in the world? How can they not stop a flood? Like they.
Wakanda seems like the kind of place where, like, if they're flooding, the entire city would just like lift up on giant legs and walk away somewhere else. Like, it's that ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, I guess it's Atlantis and Namor doing some tomfoolery with water. I don't know. That was
Looks
all very
like
confusing.
The population has been brainwashed or something, and they're walking into the water. That's why the Doma Milaje are blocking their ears to block out the signal.
Why was there a grenade to 4 boats, and then
why was there a grenade that exploded, and then there was a 2-second pause before anyone flew back?
And then there was only 4 people. There was like no wreckage or anything. It's just 4 people just falling back.
So someone in chat just said, like, why did the waterman get thrown in the water?
It was a big victory, okay, Drinker? Come on.
God.
Okay, all right. We've had the action scene. Maybe that didn't land with Morley. So let's go with an emotional scene.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Stop! Right there! Who are you? And how did you get in here?
In here? Oh, she mean Wakanda?
Yeah.
Underwater.
Wait.
My mother told stories about.
Can you pause it, please? I'm sorry. Did a Mexican just cross a river into a country? Is that what happened?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
A Mexican went over the border.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's just the result of this video, like the compression on it, but why does it look fake as fuck?
Because it was done on a soundstage. That's why.
Because it's Marvel. Everything is fake.
It's not even a soundstage. It's literally just a green screen. Everything.
Yeah.
Like everything's been faked.
Hey, let's give this a fair shake. There's an emotional scene going on here.
It's like this. A protected land with people that never have to leave. That never have to change who they were. What reason did you have to reveal your secret to the world?
I am not a woman who enjoys repeating herself. Who are you?
I have many names. My people call me Kukunkan. My enemies call me Namor.
No.
Wait, Namor?
Namor.
I thought it was Namor.
Yeah, I so.
They don't know.
It's Namor.
It's Submariner, but they don't say that.
Wait, how come Shuri looked like she was like dressed by the people who dressed Will Smith in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Like, what was she wearing? Seriously.
I don't know, but I'm willing to bet she's got sneakers on.
I hate as well their standard
though.
weapon is the stupid sci-fi spear that fires blasts of it compared to just a gun. Just have a gun for fuck's sake.
I know.
Just like the
and the energy
katana.
shield things that they hold up, which are just basically
off.
regular
Can you
shields
guys-
but with energy.
Can you guys picture how fucking annoying it is to shoot someone with a spear, like as a gun, like aiming that shit?
Yeah, it's
How
annoying.
annoying that is.
Yeah, it's kind of a reason guns are the shape they are.
Yeah.
It's, you know, allows you to aim them.
Why'd you give them sci-fi spears? It's so stupid. It's when they put the dumbass fucking.
Because it's cultural, Muller.
They put
This,
the
yeah,
thatched
this
roof.
is
They combine
it's a
like
great
steel
example
powers with thatching. It's fucking idiotic architecture, but they're like, yeah, but it would be like tribal stuff, right? And it's like, oh my god, you're so
It's
stupid.
cultural.
this is the thing. Like they're obviously trying to mesh two wildly incompatible like ideas of like traditional tribal technology and buildings and stuff with ultra modern futuristic construction or weaponry or whatever, and it doesn't work together. It would be like, yeah, like it would be the same as if you had something like this in the UK, and like you had people going around like medieval guards with like maces and stuff, but they also like, you know, shoot blasts of laser beams out them or some stupid shit like that. Like,
because
there's a reason technology and culture moves on. Like, culture kind of reflects the technology of the time. You know,
What
They
about
have that. It's 40K, right? It's just Warhammer 40K, except they still have distinct melee weapons and ranged weapons, because the whole point of the spear was to give a slight range advantage without having it be a projectile. So like that was great. If you make a spear into a projectile, you could just shorten it to be much more wieldy and usable in any space. Like, imagine if you had to use a spear projectile through a fucking hallway. I hate it. It doesn't make sense.
So dumb.
I want to know if they've got the war rhinos back again.
Oh.
Because they were fantastic in the first film.
Oh, Mola, there's one more scene that you need to see.
Gentlemen, I and lady, I have to leave. I'm very sorry. I have
Is
to
it
go.
that bad, Nick?
Yes, it's that bad. But no, I have an appointment. I have an appointment in 21 minutes, and I have to drive there. So, and my kids are there too. So I gotta go fucking make sure I'm actually at it. Otherwise, I just skip it. But
thank you for coming on. Nick, anything you'd like to plug, mate?
Yeah.
Before you go.
wow, I've got a list of names.
Apart from,
But
Apart from DSP, Nick. God.
I'll plug the shit out of Phil. No, yeah, my locals, man. That's where you can find me. rekietalaw.locals.com. It's the best chat on the internet, though the real BBC chat has been welcoming. rekietalaw.locals.com. I have a live chat going during every live stream I do and every live stream appearance I'm on, and it's the most fun place I've ever been. You can say all the silly words there. And you can post gifs of me being fat. So thank you. Love you guys.
Love you, Nick.
Thank you,
right.
Nick.
Bye.
I'll see you soon,
again,
buddy.
man.
Catch y'all
Take
later.
care.
Peace, guys.
But now let the destruction of Mauler continue.
No.
Let's oh Jesus Christ. You're in for a treat. Mauler, you're in for an absolute treat with this one.
You're cruel.
This is a scene
Drinker's
that
like,
has
I'm
been
gone. Fuck this.
for you to he's out. Fuck this. Have you seen this, Drinker? Have you seen this scene with Riri Williams in Black Panther 2?
Oh, I think I have. I've seen it on Twitter.
Oh wait,
So
hang on.
In some sense, I'm protected now because I've experienced it.
Just gonna grab a drink quickly, okay? To
Oh,
settle
okay.
into this.
Wow.
We can
Right
wait.
back.
We can wait. I can.
Mahler's
okay.
like, I need alcohol for
I am
this.
so excited about Ironheart coming into this story.
Really? I'm just joking.
Can't wait to see her like be better than Tony at fucking everything. And
Well, she managed to make an arc reactor at 15.
5.
Well, she is better than Tony and everything. Okay, Drinker, because she's a girl.
Yep, of course she is.
Yeah.
But she'll have she's like Tony, but without the personality and likability and acting ability and personal history. Yeah, great.
She has a vagina. That's all she needs.
Yeah.
So all she needs. Hey, let's grab a couple of supries or gifts. Bradley Burnett gifted 10 memberships to the stream.
Yay.
To Bradley, thank you so much. And Big Worm has been a Force Sensitive member for 20 months as Hail BBC, Hail Chat. I had a single Star Wars costume out of less than 100 kids last night, more than 100 kids last night. It was
Wow.
Darth Vader, Drinker, Dark Harvest, rocked. More
Thank you,
books.
sir.
You got a lot of books.
I do. Yeah, that's my 10th
I got all
book.
your books in my
Nice.
in my book place, which is
Your book
called
place.
a bookcase. That's the one.
Book place.
What do we got? Well, let's scroll. Let's just pick a few. No Zaku Boy with the $50 says, excuse me. Who sees into the hearts of men and the undergarments of women? Peeping Tom. A spat of lakefront heists by an assailant even Tom can't see. He'll have to team up with the unbreaded Dick Nickley, the nose, to sniff out the fishy business of the snatch.
Oh,
That's great.
Wow.
the fishy business. Oh
Yeah.
no.
That's compelling.
It is compelling. I want to see more. Robert McDonald with $100 super chat says, "Wow, love this positive energy today. Looking forward to Cavill on the next 40k painting stream. Dude, I would have him on in a heartbeat to do
Yes.
some 40k painting with Nick and Carl. I'm sure Drinker will probably just take up 40k painting for that stream.
I'd love the close up of the miniature I was painting. It would just be like, like I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll send you an amazing video where somebody literally just does that. It's great.
I'll
but
just be
they
like,
do it in
"Can I
a
put
really
in the back?"
artsy way. You know, the camera's amazing, 4K, lighting's perfect, and they're literally just like.
There won't be a
looking-
dry panty in the house if that ever happens.
I know mine are going to be sodden. Looking forward to Elon on Friday Night Tights, even if it's Chrissy dressed up as the chief Twitter. You've got that. Just got laid after a drought level energy.
All right.
Well, I'm not going to
say no more, sir.
Yeah, I'm.
Wait a minute, Tatiana did go missing for a few hours yesterday.
Look, dude, I just gave her directions. That's all I promised. Directions to my dick. Bashy Washi gifted 20 memberships to the stream. Bashy Washi, thank you very much. He's really ridiculously too kind. And Sandy Q gifted 10 memberships to the stream as well. Thank you. Derek with a 350 Zargons says Mass Effect's got no chance under Amazon. Imagine Jennifer Salke's Mass Effect. Shepard would be female, but there was female Shepard, and female Shepard was liked. The Reapers will be white men. No, that's true. And Krogans will be a commentary on toxic masculinity. Won't they kind of like the Krogans, though? Because the Krogans can't reproduce anymore, and that's their prime ideology, I think. Right, yeah, you're a little bit, your internet's getting a little bit dodge, Nina. You kind of...
You're kind of on dial-up right now.
Yeah, you're on your 50k modem right now. Ron McDonald with another $20 says 35 years ago, Tom Holland would have been considered manly enough only to play Jimmy Olsen. True story. Now they want him to be Bond.
What's happened to masculine actors? Like, they have just died.
They don't want them. Look, you've got Cavill. Cavill should be in bloody everything right now.
That's probably the reason he hasn't been cast. They've looked at him and thought, "Nah, he's too manly. We can't have him on." Like, he might give young men like something to aspire to. We don't want that.
But Mola, have you got your drink?
Yes. Oh, I do. Yes.
Oh, good.
Get ready for this one again.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to drink up for this. Drinks out for the lads. Okay, Mola. I'd like to hear your critique on this.
Ironheart Rose Sequoia.
Get out of my door. Get out. Hey, I'm warning you, do not take another step toward me.
See how they teach the children to treat their guests.
Put a spear in here. Who brought a spear in here?
I like her.
Hey. Put it
What
down.
is happening?
So, come on.
Sorry, Mola.
What am I supposed to make of this? Like, what is going on?
Well,
Why is
I
she
think
throwing things?
It's
Where
quite
even
clear
are
what's
they?
going on. There are people, and the people are saying words.
It's
All right.
like a bunch
Proceed.
of disconnected conversations.
It's like three people having three
Why
different
would they release
conversations
this when there's like
and
zero
seeing
context?
three different things.
Like
Oh,
they usually
there's more.
release the contextless scenes because they're like kind of funny or whatever. Maybe this.
I think this is meant to be a ha-ha, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all right, princess. Small girl. I am going to give you two options. You can come to Wakanda, conscious or unconscious.
You need to be conscious of the way that you look. Walking around here with that ash on your head.
Oh, it's funny.
No, it's not.
I told
You
you.
look good.
Oh,
I need to know.
What was that?
Don't fucking ask me.
That Mauler was comedy. Brought to you by the makers of She-Hulk.
What? I just, there's nothing to say.
I can't wait for Black Panther 2 Unbridled Rage.
Why? I have to feel things for it to do that. Remember, my big reason behind making that one was I was really excited to see Black Panther after Civil War, and then I was like, oh, you made him lame. And Wakanda was fucking nonsensical.
That was nonsensical.
I don't expect any of that to change. I just
why?
It's always made me laugh the way that people have latched onto Wakanda as some kind of awesome, aspirational, fictional place. But it's like
it's an ethno state.
It's a xenophobic ethno state that is ruled over by a brutal dictatorship that's determined by who can punch the hardest.
Yes,
now, I'm sorry, but that's not something you should aspire to. Why is this considered good? I don't get it.
And they take the moral high ground on the rest of the world for colonizing each other when they didn't help anybody. They left everyone to their own devices because they're assholes. They have the kind of technology. Remember, they have the medical research to basically just like put you on pause, whatever fucking illness you have. You can get shot in the spine and they can reassemble it in a couple of hours and put you back up to working order. They have all of these research. Don't remind me of how much I fucking hate the Wakandans. They are pieces of shit. They let the whole world rot around them, and then they have the balls to criticize everyone else for not being as moral as they are. Absolutely unreal.
Kind of like She-Hulk.
Well, she had the power to commit to a universal world peace, and she decided that she would rather just build the world to be taking away any chance of her going to jail. That's all.
But the other people had to take responsibility for their actions, just not her.
Do you remember how
she raped a man and then she kidnapped another man to be a boyfriend in her fantasy?
Remember how they call any white people they come across colonizer?
They did in the first film. Gates of Above, $100. Gates of Above. Thank you. Says I can't wait for X-Men reboot. It's coming. Where Xavier and Magneto are people of color and have a gay relationship. It's going to happen. So Wakanda Forever is a battle against water, and I can't say the obvious joke. Well, you can say it, but you'll be cancelled. This film is looking like a mitigated trash. When I saw that scene, I actually got angry, and I just replied on Twitter, trash. The first person to DM me moments later was Clifton Duncan, and he was just laughing his nuts off at this absolute drivel that he was seeing. And we had this really funny conversation together with each other.
You have to assume when they release a piece of footage like this, a scene like this, they've chosen it specifically because it's some of the best stuff that they can offer in the film. It's like something that will really grab you and make you think, yeah, if this is an example of the humor in Wakanda Forever, sign me up. I'm going to go see this. And so, yeah, when this is like the best that the film can offer, what's the worst? It's terrifying.
It is terrifying. I just want to. I promised I would do this, so I'm just going to bring up a wonderful, wonderful piece of art, and I'm being serious here. I'm not even taking a piss. Piece of art that I was sent. Let me just go to my downloads. Bring this up here. And this is from the guy that does our meetup posters, Vector Visual. I won't dox you, dude. Vector Visual is the company, and this is just like somebody can do this because I'm, my name comes from the Azrael Batman, and this. Look at the hard work that's gone into creating that. So it's taking the Azrael Batman costume, put it on me, tubbed it up nicely, beautifully. We got the heel versus babyface bat singing on the background. That is fucking amazing. And when I saw this, I was just like blown away. Absolutely blown away about how many, even where you've got the writer, the artist, and the colorist or inker at the bottom, heel versus babyface, Friday Night Tights, real BBC. There's been lots of thought put into this. The actual page, if you follow comics, this is how the original Azrael series looked like in terms of visually from a cover perspective. Same font, apart from it have Azrael instead of just Az. Lots and lots and lots of effort, energy, and thought put into that. Now just think of those fucking jokes in Black Panther 2 that we just saw, and I use jokes. It feels so first draft. Just written down, boom, done. No thought. The scene didn't mesh. It didn't flow. We got the obligatory, oh, I like her. Why? What has she done in that scene that makes you like her? Nothing. In actual fact, you're quite adversarial towards her. Then we get the, you need to watch your appearance because look at all that ash on your head. Coming out of nowhere, making no sense. The whole of it, none of that scene made sense. None of it. The actors weren't responding to how the people were behaving, and the script was literally saying what it wanted to say. So even the lines didn't flow. They didn't make any sense whatsoever. And this is typical, obligatory Disney now. Because it's the same with Marvel stuff. All the Marvel TV shows are fucking trash. The Star Wars stuff, Andor was made 2 years ago, and that's just boring as fuck. But with Kenobi, how many times did we see this in Kenobi? Just didn't make sense. Things happened, didn't make sense. Characters interacted, didn't make sense. Character development, non-existent, didn't make sense. People responding to situations that were in their mind, not that were actually happening, so it didn't make sense. What is going on?
I genuinely am baffled. Like Michonne, I can't remember what her character's meant to be called in Black Panther, but like the actress playing her, it's like she was channeling 3 different characters in the course of that one scene. Like she's trying to be stern and sinister. She's gonna bring this girl into Wakanda no matter what. Then she's like laughing and joking about how she likes her. And then she's like hurt and offended by like having her appearance insulted. Like, what are you? What are you trying to be in this scene?
I have no idea. But they kind of did the same with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where the Dom Ménage were just like, we don't need permission for anything. Well, I mean, that kind of goes very much in hand with the fact that Wakanda is a piece of shit country, yeah.
It's funny, like, because when Wakanda acts unilaterally, it's fine. When America acts unilaterally, it's a war crime.
Yes.
That's your moral compass, apparently, according to that show. It's just like, does anyone even stop for a second and just think about what they're writing? Is there not some person in that writer's room that just put their hand up and said, like, excuse me, I hate to be a pain, but like this makes no fucking sense what we're writing.
But I get the feeling, I get the feeling that if somebody did do that, they wouldn't be in the writer's room for a particularly long time.
Yeah,
probably.
And what did we get? Look, in She-Hulk, when in the final episode she went to the writer's room, they put men in the writer's room. In reality, there wasn't any men in the writer's room. It was a complete female writer's room. So
I'm sure there was a couple male feminists there, come on, they have to get the coffees.
No, yeah, but that's in the fake show, Nina. In reality, there wasn't any men.
Not at all, not even to get
So they
coffee?
had to pretend to have some diversity of males in their fake writer's room, because in reality, it didn't exist. And that's why you just got a absolute echo chamber of ideas. You need to have diversity of thought. And when you're writing, these are the same people that say, we need women to write female characters. And then they put those same females to write male characters. So they are already being a hypocrite in the way that they believe that characters should be written. So this is why probably we have such a disaster zone going on in these writers' rooms, because nobody is able to, as Drinker said, stand up and say, "Hey, do you know what? This doesn't make a fucking lick of sense." Because they'll probably be out.
All of Disney is a disaster zone right now, whether it's Star Wars property, Marvel, their cartoons. I mean, they're grooming kids. It's just a fucking disaster all over the place with Disney. Their parks, even. It's fucking bad.
Well,
by the way, I like this art. This is great.
This is fantastic. This is
really
absolutely
nice.
Fantastic. I'm going to try and get this onto a t-shirt. We're probably going to have to make some modifications to it. Because this is pretty much a direct representation of the Prime 1 Azrael statue. So we're probably going to have to make a few tweaks hither and thither. But yeah, I mean, this is just absolutely insane. And the reason why I brought this up, not just to show off how great it was, but also to, share the care, attention, and thought that went behind it. Where is the thought in these billion-dollar companies?
Well, I actually wanted to bring up a subject, if that's cool with you, because this is your show after all. But it was about this specific tweet about Ms. Elizabeth Olsen returning as Wanda.
No, I can see where this is going. I'm okay with this.
So I'm a little confused because there was several people kind of put me on blast for saying there's no stakes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the MCU because this woman basically because now we have the multiverse, you can bring her in whenever you want or whatever. And people were like, well, if you thought she died, you're an idiot. And I'm like, well, I mean, if she didn't die, then that still means that there's no stakes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and that she can get away with whatever the fuck she wants and that even her own quote unquote self-sacrifice didn't mean shit. So what the fuck is going on? And I would love Mollard.
I don't think anybody believed she was dead. I didn't. I she was gonna come back.
I mean, I didn't really believe she's dead either because she's Wanda, but I thought, I don't know, maybe because everybody else seems to be done with that universe. So I thought maybe Elizabeth Olsen was going to be like, you know what? Nah, fuck it. I don't want to have anything more to do with this because all the OGs are basically gone. So what the fuck am I doing here? So
she's not even an OG though. She only came around in phase 3 or something like that.
Well,
that's kind of true. Yeah.
Two.
If you throw enough money at these actors, they'll come back every time, man. But you have to wonder, if she does come back, what can they possibly do with her character?
They're gonna redeem her. She's gonna become a hero again.
No, she's gonna be evil, right?
I think that they're gonna make her a good guy.
She's gonna bring back all the people she killed.
The way that Michael Waldron talked about it makes me think that that's the plan. He was like, I want this to be the Wanda as a villain movie. We want to have that. We don't want to have it in some other Avengers movie or whatever. As if the implication is they were one and done with the Wanda as a villain thing. Besides, there are people out there who like MOM, by the way, and they would argue that would ruin that film because the whole point of that film is that she comes around by the end,
That she's redeemed because of the self-sacrifice. But if she's not self-sacrificing, then what the hell is the point of that movie?
I have several thousands of words to answer that question, but I guess I'll stick with just I think that we were supposed to be sad that she realized that in her efforts to get to those children, she was destroying the very connection she wanted to establish, blah, 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 blah. When we see her again next, she's going to be sad, but she'll reluctantly probably help defeat someone more evil, and there'll be a fucking snappy line where she's stopping a building from falling on a bunch of people, and Wong will be there, and he'll be like, remember when you tortured all my friends in front of me? And she'll be like,
and it'll be a joke. It'll be a joke.
And then they'll get along.
This makes a change from killing everyone.
And the slut chick from She-Hulk will be there too, like hanging off his arm, like,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
Wonders, I
Madison.
love you. Yeah, her.
Oh my God, is that like Scarlet Witch? She's my favorite Avenger.
And then everyone laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone looked at the camera and laughed.
Someone in chat pointed out as well that Chris Evans will be back because he's had fuck all career outside of the MCU. I can see that.
Hey man,
well,
the Grey Man was out there. Did any of you guys see the Grey Man? I saw it.
I didn't see it.
No.
Nobody watched it.
What the hell is the Gray Man?
It's just a movie where Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans fight each other because that's, you know.
Oh, is that like the Netflix movie?
Yeah, they're both like secret agent-y type people, and there's lots of action scenes, and they fight.
Did you like it?
Yes. To be honest with you, if you told me like summarize the plot, I'd be like,
unsurprisingly, a lot of these characters put me off by their incessant Twittery grandstanding.
Well, I like
and Robert Downey Jr. is the only one out of like the main cast who's actually had some balls to stand up to people who were fucking having a go at Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, you know, Robert Downey Jr. is not perfect, and he's had his moments, but at least he's not, you know, shitting all over people on Twitter all the time like Chris Evans has been.
Yeah. I like the Chris Hemsworth. Is that Thor? There's so many Chris's. Yeah. Chris Hemsworth Netflix movie. I think it's called Extraction. That one was pretty good.
I like Extraction.
It was all right.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna watch it after I finish Terminal List.
It's a good palate cleanser, especially if you've seen something terrible before it. Like if you've seen like a really woke movie, then watch Extraction. It's just really good fun.
And the second one's coming out.
You probably don't know, Drinker, but I tried to watch The Peripheral on Amazon Prime because I thought, you know, let's just see something sci-fi, maybe it'll be good, whatever. It's starring Chloe Moritz or whatever, Hit Girl. I lasted 12 minutes.
No, not bad.
Because longer than 38 seconds. I was proud of him.
I know. Well, I mean, 38. I mean, if you don't know where the 38-second meme comes from, folks, it's not actually my sexual prowess. It's actually how long I lasted trying to watch Wheel of Time. Was 38 seconds, and I was out.
Impressive.
Yeah,
I think so. But it was 12 minutes of fucking feminist shit, and then in the year, because it's set in two different time periods, 2099 and 2030 something, and they were doing a scene in the 2030s, so at least 10 years from now, and I just dropped when they said the line, I still have to pretend I'm a guy when I play video games online.
You're like,
I was just like,
bye,
done.
Yeah.
Well, I told you.
Then I watched the Terminal List straight after, and I'm 6 episodes balls deep, and I'm fucking loving it.
It's great. It's a good show. But I told you, if you want a good sci-fi, you should check out Severance on Apple. That's a good one. It's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
You should check out Star Wars.
No. Nah.
Not the
I heard
one.
there's something called the Skywalker Saga.
There's something.
When they said the end of the Skywalker Saga with episode 9, it's like, fuck off.
Yeah. Rapatine.
I like the meme where she says, I'm Rey Skywalker. And then it cuts to Tom Holland going, "Oh, we're using our fake names."
I haven't seen that. That was good.
I just, I like it when they do the advert and it just says like every 6 seconds someone's a victim of identity theft.
I like that one. Yeah, I've seen that one. That's good.
Oh, God bless. Hey, do you want to see something which is really fucking cool?
Always.
Time to show, folks, but in a really good way. There's a certain chap here on the panel who's got a Kickstarter because we have, you know him as a rambling
asshole
alcoholic. But Mr. Will Jordan is actually a very, very good published author of a great character which he's created called Ryan Drake. And you are now doing a Kickstarter to bring Ryan Drake to live action for the first time. Do you want to take it from here?
Oh God, I don't even know what to say now. Yeah, well, I was approached by some people they've got background in production, direction, and so on, and they were interested in doing a short film. And so I said, okay, let's see what we can do. We came up with an idea and then wrote a script for it. And we knew we were going to need, a certain amount of money to make it happen. At a bare minimum, we need like 20 grand at least just for, some sets, actors, all the usual stuff. So we started the Kickstarter just to see how it would go. And, well, as you can probably see from that there, it's gone rather well.
Doing all right.
We wanted 20 grand. We're at, 236,000 now? So
pounds
that's
as
nice.
Well.
Yeah. So it's
incredible.
An incredible response that we've had. The Kickstarter's still got another 18 days to go. So I guess we'll just see how far it can go. If people are inclined to get involved, they want to back it, you will get access to all kinds of behind-the-scenes information, videos about the actors preparing, information about the scripting and set design, all that stuff, all the sort of beginning to end of making a movie. And so it's there if people want to get involved in it. And yeah, it's allowing us now to do a lot more than we'd initially planned. So we're expanding the script to bring in more characters, make the whole thing a bit longer and more enjoyable action sequences, with more explosions. Yeah,
you're speaking mine and Mahler's language.
I do like it longer.
Not as long as your videos, Mahler, but we'll do what we can with it.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. So hopefully we could do something pretty good, and it'll be a stepping stone to doing bigger and more ambitious projects in future. But this is us dipping our toes into it, I suppose. And there it is, I guess. There's Rogue Elements.
I think it's incredible that this is the reception that is received, because it really shows that people are really sick and tired of the studios and what is happening. So this is incredible.
Sorry, you go.
No, I think you're exactly right, Nina. It's not like we're going to put Hollywood out of business or anything like that, but it's hopefully the start of something, and it shows, just like the Rippaverse did with comics, it shows that it can be done for film production. People are willing to sometimes put up a bit of money to make stuff like this happen, and the more you can prove that it can work and you can produce good stuff, well, the bigger the things you can make. So that's the goal here.
Should we watch the little video?
Yeah, let's watch it.
Yeah. Well, there's not much there because it was just, they only had a day to do this little teaser thing of the two main actors.
Let's have a little look. Teasing's always the best part.
Give me a little bit of a tickle.
Yeah.
The gun.
There's another one.
There's another gun. There's a nose. Not Nick.
Identify the body parts, everyone.
Music's great, by the way.
It's going to be set in a nightclub with sweet rave music and smoke machines. No, I kid you.
Just 10 minutes of that.
Yeah. So this is what they just put together as a quick idea, I guess, before we got any of the funding or anything like that. But it was just to give us, something to work with here.
I've stuck the link in the description. Please go, and in the chat even. Please go support. What you say, I mean, one of the great things is, look, I'm a massive fan of anyone that wants to bring new IP to the table. Because if you bring a new IP to the table, then you don't have to rely on, existing IP to be able to do what you want to do. So I'm hoping, this is just a hope, I won't hold you to it, but I'm hoping for lots of intersectional feminism.
Naturally.
and I particularly want inclusion and diversity.
I want to see someone that looks like me in your movie.
What we did, right, because there's two layers to the representation in this film. What we did is race and gender swapped everyone once, and then we did it again a second time. So they actually ended up going back to what they were initially. That is true progressivism, I think, and that's what we brought to the table on this one.
You put all the races on a little roulette wheel and spin it, and then that's the true diverse way, because that's like leaving it to the universe. If it all ends up white, whatever, you know. That's maybe that
you leave it to chance.
Yeah, that's what the universe decided. So there we go.
Yay!
That's what we're doing. So that'll be filming, well, probably in the springtime, I guess, when it's not like Canada's not become like a snowy wasteland.
Holy shit, it's getting dark already, like super early in Britain now. Like,
I know.
Well, the clocks have gone back now, so that's it.
Yep.
We're done. We're done for like 4 or 5 months now.
Time to go into our caves.
I hate this time of year, but
it's
I
hibernation time.
It's funny. It's my favorite time of year.
I know it's your favorite, and I hate it. But I put the link in the description box as well. So if you refresh the stream, it will be in the description box. So please go show the wonderful Critical Drinker some love.
Yeah. If we get to 300k, I will literally get naked right here on the stream.
Oh my god,
I won't do
how much
that.
do we need? What's happening? Oh my god.
What if you took your fucking glasses off? You'd be able to see.
Oh my god. How much? Wait,
Bloody
how much
sunglasses
can I afford?
indoors. Bloody the lot of you. Come on. Jesus.
Only assholes do that.
Wait, how
Just
much
need an apple now. That's it.
Good Lord.
I
got excited.
Oh well, this'll get you unexcited real quickly. Chapek has doubled down at Disney.
Oh no.
What does that mean, though?
Remember when Chapek, how long ago? It's only a few months ago, 6 months or so ago, said that we're not a political company. We're not gonna take a side in this Florida bill and all this stuff. And then within 24 hours, was it?
Hostage video.
He put out a hostage video saying, no, this is terrible. This is bad. Well, Chapek has now come out and said that essentially that woke ideology is amazeballs, and we're gonna for the next 10 years be pushing this.
Well, all right.
I thought he was the soulless money man who was just interested in making a profit. Like, who on his board would have advocated for this?
He's interested in cashing his paycheck, his very large paycheck. So he'll say whatever needs to be said, I think, right now. Because isn't it weird, though? You've got Zaslav at Warner just fucking hacking shit apart, going, fuck this. We want to make some money. Get Henry Cavill on the phone now and get Ezra Miller out of here after his fucking movie. And then you got Chapek going, woke is great. Inclusion and diversity is amazing. We're listening to our voice, our audience, and our audience is saying that this is what they want.
I'm a bit worried for Zaslav, though, because Black Adam was meant to be his first major initiative.
Yeah.
This was the test of his new leadership style and his new philosophy for making movies, because it apparently went through quite a bit of reshooting, or at least editing, to cut out a lot of the intersectional stuff that was in it initially. And so it kind of needed to do well, because if it doesn't, then it's not really a vote of confidence in what he's doing. So, I don't know. I mean, hopefully he can stick around, because he's doing the right thing in a lot of cases.
Well, Black Adam, but it's a film that was essentially made before his tenure. So he came in and tried to do what he can with an already existing film, because he'd already, Batgirl, fuckity bye. We'll take a tax hit on that one. To do it with Black Adam, I'm worried about Shazam. I think Shazam 2 looks like a fucking sack of dog shit from the trailer they put out. It's just Ms. Marvel's.
The Marvels?
Her thighs are the only thing that's saving that fucking movie for me right now.
I thought we were talking about Disney's The Marvels.
No, we're talking about because he was actually, I don't know if you were any, his actual name was Captain Marvel. But why are you giving your competition a plug every time that
That's
your character
weird.
comes? Yeah, so they adopted it to Shazam. But yeah, that trailer that they put out with Helen Mirren. I mean, I love Helen Mirren, but
I did too.
holy fuck it! Should we see? Should we see it? And then you can tell me if you think this is any good.
Have you guys seen it? I've seen it.
I think I've seen it. Just to clarify about Batgirl, by the way, that was as overt as it gets in terms of they believed they would make more money from it as a tax write-off than releasing it, right? That's the idea.
Yeah. Well, they would get their money back from it being a tax write-off, and if they released it, then A, it would have to go onto the platform. B, it would have to bring in subscribers to make money on it, and B and C, they'd have to advertise it, which would cost more money.
Yeah, that's my point though, is that it wouldn't have been worth it compared to a tax write-off.
According to Zaslav, yeah, he was.
Well,
Just
I think there was two strands to it as well, because the idea was that you were going to ultimately have a trio of female characters that was going to lead the DC EU. So you would have had Batgirl, you would have had Supergirl, and for the life of me, I can't remember what the third one was.
Catwoman?
No, Jesus.
Let's just call her Aqua Girl or something. Okay.
Woman, just call
her.
Wonder
There was meant to
Woman.
be three of them, yeah.
I was going to say Wonder Woman, but then I was like, wait, is there someone else you're talking about? Or...
Oh, I don't know if they're even... Yeah, I suppose they're going to stick with Wonder Woman, aren't they?
Well, I mean, she's getting the third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I presume Patty Jenkins.
After what she did last time, I'm amazed.
I know.
They must have said, like, hey, Patty, you could do it again, but none of that bullshit. None of that again, okay? The other one. Remember the first one? We do that. That one.
She didn't write. One, though. That was the problem.
Yeah,
the one that you did right. That was the good one, Patty.
The one that didn't have
great director.
TDS in it.
I think she's a really good director.
Well, I don't know about you, but those action
I don't
scenes
even
really
know.
looked like they were done by a completely different person for that first movie. I am not going to buy that the same person did the action scenes for Wonder Woman 1 and 2.
I don't know what to think of her anymore as a creative. I think if we see the third one, maybe we can finally make some decisions, because like the fact that the first and second one were directed by the same person apparently is just like, jeez, what the hell?
Yeah, like how?
Yeah.
Mind you, the third act for the first one was kind of terrible too. So I was like,
yeah, that was the worst thing.
Remember the RPG when she lassoed the RPG?
Yeah.
The bullet, or the God, that film came out. They put that out there.
They really did.
Remember when she lassoed lightning?
Yes. I will say this with regards to Shazam, especially the second one. So they released the costume designs for the team, the Shazam team, and they looked 1,000 times better than what the hell was going on in Marvel. And also that other Supergirl outfit that they had made, I think it was Supergirl. I'll go fight that poor girl. I don't know what the hell was going on, but their costumes did look better than the other ones. That's the only thing I can say that was a positive compared to.
The Supergirl that they wanted to use or are using is not the OG Supergirl. This is Tom Taylor's Supergirl. So this Supergirl comes from a different multiverse, different universe, or whatever. So in that element, it was always set to fail. Mr. Critical Drinker has to depart now.
Oh,
I am terribly
Is there anything
sorry.
you'd like to plug further before you go, mate?
I'm satisfied with my degree of plugging this evening.
Ew.
wow.
No, thank you very much for mentioning the Kickstarter, man. Appreciate it. And it's done fantastically well. So even if it doesn't make another dime, I'll be more than happy.
Oh, I'll be holding you to your promise of getting
You'll
naked.
make another dime.
Yeah.
It's gone up £4,000 since you plugged it.
Hey, nice.
So there you go.
People
No,
want to
that's
see you
awesome,
naked.
guys.
That's happening.
Yeah. No, you don't want to see me naked.
But if you're
If anyone
getting
needs me, I'll
naked,
be
then
in the
I'm
gym.
going, okay, we're all...
Yeah.
Let's go. Full screen.
Anyway, thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Anytime, dude. And I look forward to our future Warzone 2 drunken streams.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Make it
see you
happen.
for Open Mar as well, sir.
Yes. Catch you on Thursday.
Doodle bip.
All right.
Doodly
Later.
bye bye.
What a nerd.
I know. I cancel my Kickstarter.
Now we can talk about sports.
Because you don't want to see him naked.
Yeah, let's talk football.
I thought we were gonna talk about that cult.
Oh, the Nxivm.
The Nxivm.
Yeah, Gary's not here. We can do whatever we want.
We did talk about it at one point, didn't we? We had like a 20-minute thing.
Well, we
did
did,
a little-
and then that girl came out and said all that shit, and then we never talked about that stuff because she came and doubled down, and she was all he was.
But that was written in 2020 or that was written 2 years ago. That stuff.
It was. I thought it was a new thread she made.
It was either 2020 or 2021. I looked at the dates on them to see if because the last I'd heard was that she was coming around. Just like the saying that Alison Mack has come around in prison. What a surprise!
Prison.
Is she out yet?
I know you're right. It was written in 2021, like the original one.
She's serving 3 years. Maybe she'll be out in 18 months. So, maybe keep an eye out in about 6 months' time or something.
Maybe they'll do a Smallville movie and she can.
Oh my God. Can you
imagine on set? They actually do bring it back. They're all just like, hey, doing good? She's like, yep, let's not talk about it. So, what are we doing?
They do talk about it. Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum do talk about it.
Oh, I meant with her.
Ew.
But there's there is a difference of talking about somebody and talking with them. But I think, was it Sam Jones III who played Ross?
Yeah.
He had some troubled times. He ended up being arrested and I think possibly jailed as well for drug dealing. I think there was some pornography filming involved.
Oh dear!
At some point, but I think they're trying to get him onto their little. I say little. Sorry, I'm not sure. Their Smallville podcast. To chat about one of the episodes that he was in. So yeah, I don't know. I think I wouldn't be surprised if when Alison Mack gets released from prison that
when's she out?
I don't know. She's got a 3-year sentence that was handed down about 8 months ago or so.
Oh, so she got a 3-year? Okay. She didn't get a lot.
She turned evidence,
Right. Yeah, against that dude.
Yeah, he's gone away for 1 billion years or whatever.
Yeah,
120 years, I think. 130
yeah, something
years.
like that. Yeah. Oof.
So unless he's a vampire, he's probably not gonna make it.
He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
He's 62 right now.
Man,
it's okay. He's only got another 119 years to go.
That's the thing. He could still spend many years in prison, but he just knows he'll never get out. Damn.
This is the best chat I've seen so far. It's the return
of the Mac. Oh my
God. Of the Alison Mack. But I wouldn't be surprised if because they're doing the whole series of Smallville. So there's a chance that she might actually be out of prison, and maybe because she was there to pretty much the end of the show, pretty much.
Oh my God. I just looked him up for a second, and there's a news article about him from like a month ago that says he was beaten in jail by a fellow sex offender.
A fellow sex offender.
When a sex offender's having a go at you in prison, you know you've done wrong.
That's literally the headline. Like Nxivm cult leader Keith Rainier was in prison by fellow sex offender. Lawsuit says.
I could imagine, would you, Brad? You went too far. So that was okay.
But so chat, just TLDR for people who are wondering what the fuck we are talking about. There was a stream when Gary couldn't come to a stream, so we ended up just talking about something completely different than pop culture. Yes, I mean, I guess you could call this technically pop culture, couldn't you?
Because of Smallville,
pop culture was involved,
right?
Yeah, pop culture was involved. So we're talking about the sex cult. We talked about the sex cult that Allison Mack, who played Chloe in Smallville, got it. Hello, pussy.
Yeah,
got
and the other girl too. She was in
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's right.
Who played the chief's wife? Is it Cassie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who played Cassie in Battlestar Galactica? They were both members of this sex cult called Nxivm. Nxivm. And then there was a 4-part documentary about it, which was taken from the perspective of somebody who got involved in
one of the victims.
The cult, and it was in rabbit hole.
Callie. People are saying Callie.
Callie, not Cassie. Callie. Thank you. That became a rabbit hole. The guy who ran the cult ended up getting jailed for 120 years. Callie, can't remember her name, but she followed. By the way, the actress, she follows Gary on Twitter.
Nikki Klein.
Nikki Klein. She follows Gary on Twitter.
She does.
I'm not saying that Gary was involved in Nxivm, but I'm just, there are jigsaw pieces here, Gary. If you ever see this,
Gary has to answer some questions.
Yeah, when he comes back, he's got a lot to answer.
Can I just say, random fun fact for you? Because someone in chat just said Laura Vandervoort as Supergirl is a reason to watch Smallville. I don't disagree with that. However, I was like, where did she go? She could easily have become more popular. And I was like, what happened to her? And
you got a show.
The other whenever, I don't even remember when this was. I was watching, do you guys remember a little set of movies called Saw? You guys remember them, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
They disappeared and then they came back.
Saw.
And then it disappeared again, then it came back again, it disappeared again, and now it's coming back again. Like they tried to sort of restart with Jigsaw.
I never saw it. Not even the first one.
Then Chris Rock tried to restart it with Spiral, one of the most bizarre choices in movie making ever.
Chris Rock?
And then that fell apart. But the Jigsaw one that I just mentioned, he's watching that, and then I was just like, I recognize this lady. Who is this? And I was like, oh my god, it's fucking Supergirl from Smallville. She's actually in that film. She gets her face blown off, unfortunately.
Oh.
But I was just like, oh my god, this is what you're up to.
Like
you're in a really bad Saw movie.
Sounds like there's definite equality in that show, though. If a woman's getting her face blown off, that's great.
I'd love Laura Vandervoort to blow
your face off.
Anyway, something off, maybe not my face. But she used to date Michael Rosenbaum when they were on Smallville. And or when she was on Smallville. I think he might have been there when she started, but I think he might have left during her run as Supergirl. But Laura Vandervoort also was approached by Allison Mack to join Nxivm as well. So it all comes together.
She approached everybody to join.
That's the kind of thing. Because I know they're a person like that's the way they did it, right? They would take you through very like tiers of integration to judge whether or not you're the kind of person that would fall for it, so to speak. But God, when I was because we were watching those documentaries, there's like a couple of them, but the one that we saw was on Amazon or connecting part of Amazon. But you just want to be that person that whenever they start when they bring out the more worrying things that you'd be like, all right, I'm out. This is fucked. But so many of them will just be like, nah, it's okay. Drinking baby blood is like normal. A lot of people do it.
They were like, oh no, this is still so like empowering because they're like teaching us how to be empowered. Like, I mean,
well, that's the lie, though.
They make us get branded, but that's fine because we consented to getting branded.
Yeah, but that's it. They're playing with consent.
Yeah,
and they say, well, if you're powerful and strong, then you would consent to this. Only somebody who's weak wouldn't. And so they would have these things. By the way, Martino Simone, the suave Swiss, with the 50 Swiss francs is back from horns, some wine, some shares. We'll need the week to catch up with all the great videos. Greetings all. Love you, Martino. Love Martino to pieces. And he's got a very sexy new profile picture on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah, he looks really badass right now.
He looks dapper as fuck. He's could be James Bond.
Just to clarify, I was joking when I said drink baby, but I was trying to go exaggerated. They didn't do that.
No, they didn't with this, but there was the part in the series, but there was a part in the series where the woman who is from the perspective of joining the cult. Now her mum, Catherine,
I forget her name.
Surname I forget. When she was young, I'm not saying that she isn't now, but when she was younger, she was like fucking hell gorgeous. And she was on Dynasty, I think it was, the Dynasty show.
Catherine Oxenberg.
Oxenberg, thank you. Yeah. It was her daughter. And she was the one that introduced her daughter to the cult. So there was a lot of guilt with that. But there was a point where her daughter was getting so deep into the ongoings of it. And what did they call the special thing? The special ladies club.
Oh, they had names for all of it.
DOS. They called it DOS. Yeah. There was one point where she was told to go into a room, strip naked, and lie on the bed. And then she'd laid there for a while. And after a while, he came in, the guy who runs the cult, and then just performed oral sex on her.
Mm-hmm.
And not sure if that's where it stopped for that one, but I think
it stopped for that one because her branding came at a separate time, and it was only women that were there.
Yes, only women did the branding, and they were. Was it Alison Mack that looked that over?
Alison Mack was.
Do you remember they were told it was supposed to be a symbolic representation of elements or something? But there's that recording of them all talking about how it's his initials.
It was his initial, KR.
But you could see it was his initials. It's like RK or whatever, not Ryan Kinnell.
Oh shit!
But it's just nuts though that they're so casually talking about tricking everyone, and it's just like, oh okay, you guys aren't horrible people or anything.
It's KR, isn't it? KR Keith.
Yeah, it was KR. It was.
Yeah, it was, but it was blatantly KR. It wasn't even subtle. It was it was literally, oh my god, Mauler. It was Rings of Power.
Yeah,
it was Mordor, but turned. That's what it was. It was just KR, but turned, and you could clearly see that it was KR.
Oh, do you want to see it? I got a picture.
Yeah.
Cults like that, they never last because there's just too many threads to keep track of. But they did a pretty good job up to a point. They had the whole collateral thing. Basically, you have to donate all the secrets of your life to them.
That's it.
That is K and R.
That is obvious, yeah.
Yeah, and then they would do it upside down to be a little tricky. But it's when you look at it the other way, it's
turned sideways.
Oh my god, it's
Mordor.
So the two women here, if you could go to the second row, if you go to that picture there, that's Catherine Oxenberg, and
this is India.
That's her daughter, who was the one that the focus of the documentary was on, the 4-part, and it was insanely fascinating.
It was very good. It was very good. It's only 4 episodes, and it was they pretty much spelled everything out.
To get people super locked in, you'd first provide them actual secrets about your life and things you've done and things you don't want to see and stuff. But then you had to get continuous donations of collateral, so you have to start making things up. Basically, they even tell you just tell us things you've done, and try to do things to people and stuff, just so that you have something of a secret to keep.
Or stuff about your family or people you know.
Yeah, the idea being that, you're so dug in deep that you'd never want to leave the cult at that point or betray them because they'll release all your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. George Moilo.
George!
Gifted 10 memberships to the stream. George, thank you, man. Yeah, you might see a little bit more of George soon.
Yay!
Just someone said the cult sounds lame. What was the draw besides having hot chicks? You didn't even
hold on. In actual 2 sec. Hold on. George actually did another 10 memberships as well. So he's actually done 20 memberships in total. So George, Thank you. I appreciate you. Sorry, Mauler. But yeah,
No,
thank you.
But yeah, the draw of it was like the angle was like, this is how to live your best life. They'll teach you all the things you need to know about living the best thing, having the best connections, and self-actualizing.
It was more about women being independent and having an area for women, even though men were in it, which is the weird thing.
Well,
this was about women becoming, their best selves, independent,
empowered, and independent. You know what's so crazy though is when they at the very beginning of the thing, they were talking about how they would get together in these seminars, and he would give these speeches and blah blah blah, and he would do the neuro-linguistic programming on them and everything, and then like after the thing, he would just walk around and like French kiss people. And I was like, if this dude walked up to me and stuck his tongue down my throat, I'd be like, I'm fucking out. Like, I'm already out. What the hell?
Well, fuck off, Nina. You'd get down on your knees and be pulling his fucking trousers down before you know it.
This dude's walking around sticking his tongue down like everybody's throat. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, no.
But do you know what was the reason though that the cult really, we talk about more of the threads. It's difficult to keep touch of all these threads. But the major thing was that Keith Raniere had the ear and the money of 2 billionaire heiresses.
Oh, yeah, that was a huge part of it. Yeah.
That was a huge part of why it got brought down, because when the money's involved, that's when people start really getting excited.
Yeah, because those two did protect him for a while in different ways, right? Weren't they behind like trying to stop journalists from publishing different things here and there?
Yeah. They'd be using their influence, and then I think it was their father who was just, and he was getting very old, so he was.
Well, he was worried all his money was going to go to Nxivm.
Well, exactly. He was worried. Yeah. So I think, that became very problematic in that regard. But yeah, it was weird because they put up a front that Keith didn't have relationships with women nor men. He was just celibate, would be more the right word than incel. Incel's become such a fucking buzzword. He would be celibate. But yeah, when they would have those like events for him, they would have like, these concerts for him and plays for him, and the people like Alison Mack, because she's a lovely actor, they would write these like not stories, but they'd write these like soliloquies to just boost his ego. Yeah. You're so amazing, you so this, you do this, you give us
a godlike person, right? Then everything he was saying was like, just infinite insight.
He was like their guru, like literally.
Well, he was their god. I think god is more the sort of right terminology there, because that's how you create.
It sucks, man. The amount of cults that have gotten to such great levels of power and suffering for so many people, like that's just another one.
Because doesn't Scientology, who was that very energetic woman who left the Scientology, who went on Joe Rogan?
God, I know.
Because that is an amazing episode of Joe Rogan, by the way.
That was a really good episode, and she's great.
Yeah, but didn't she say that part of Scientology is also telling them your secrets?
Yes, of course.
God.
That's like the part of every cult.
Cult, yeah, that's cult. That is cult mentality.
Leah Remini, that's right.
Yeah, Leah Remini. Yeah, if you haven't seen that episode of Joe Rogan Experience, I thoroughly recommend that you see it. I've seen it more than once because it's so fascinating to listen to, because I think she was in it. I think her mum was in it.
And she was brought up in like a family of Scientologists.
Yes. And she was like paying them insane money, and she got to like high level.
She was like a slave. She was a child slave for a long time until she basically kind of started getting out.
Because Scientology's got the backing of like a huge amount of celebrities, right? Like
yes.
And some secret now,
number one,
because a lot of them, like after all this stuff came out, they kind of distanced themselves, like Will Smith and John Travolta, and a lot of the people are like, we're not Scientologists anymore, but they're secretly all.
I never knew Will Smith was in Scientology. Really?
Oh yeah. He was big into it, and then
I knew John Travolta was because he was quite big in it.
And then he all of a sudden he was like, "I'm not a Scientologist." Like, you know, he distanced himself, but a lot of people still think that he's still in it.
Well, if you haven't seen the video, folks, there's a video of Tom Cruise being given a medal, and it's all fucking.
Really, I haven't seen that.
I will try. I will see if I can find it.
Well, wait, sorry. Is this like a Scientology
Yes
thing? Is it?
Tom Cruise? Bell's just walked across, stopped to stretch, farted, and then walked off over. Fucking hell, about Tom Cruise gets medal.
You know, it's so crazy. I fucking hate Tom Cruise as a person, but as an actor, I love him. Is that weird?
Here it is. Here it is. Got it. Okay. Now this is 4.5 minutes, so I don't know how much.
Some stuff he says is fine, right? Tom Cruise. I feel like I've seen interviews where he's normal-ish sometimes.
Sometimes.
He's not always insane.
Is this the one? Yeah. Here we go. Right. Holy shit. This is weird as fuck. So this is Tom Cruise's Freedom Medal of Valor acceptance speech at the Church of Scientology.
What year was this?
This is going back probably 12 or more years.
Okay.
Maybe probably more because it's in 16:9.
So this is like in the height of Scientology. This is in the height of Scientology.
Freedom Medal of Valor.
They're playing the Mission Impossible music as well.
He still looks the same.
Look. He's gonna.
Wow.
Wow, that's fucking weird. That's the head of. This is the head guy of Scientology.
Yeah. I forget his name, Richard something.
Yeah. Look at that.
You've brainwashed so many people, Tom. We love you very much, and your money. Give
4x3.
more.
Sorry, yeah, not 69. My bad. Thank you.
We love you, Tom.
God, they're so very into it.
Listen. This sounds like the fucking Oscars.
I know, right?
I mean, to be fair, that's what the Oscars is. This is
That's true, yeah.
Telling each other how great they do.
We haven't even got to his speech yet, which is mental. I think this was at the time where he's jumping up and down on the sofa and Oprah.
He's like 110% into this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's like the number 2 in something like that. He's like
top tier.
Pretty much, yeah.
I love you guys.
And these are just Scientologists. This is crazy. 2004. There you go. Nearly 20 years ago. 18 years ago. Hello.
Didn't his career take a break not long after this?
You're welcome.
A little bit.
I don't think the jumping up and down on the sofa. I think that had a little bit of an effect.
Yeah, because like this Tom Cruise went from being like super popular to almost dead, and then super popular again. And I'm pretty sure Tropic Thunder is where it started, the reignition of his career.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is so fucking cool because that's like one of my favorite Tom Cruise performances.
One of the best.
It's one of the best.
Isn't there talk that they're going to do a movie with him?
Yes, the second one was coming out.
I don't know if we can do that. That's
Tropic Thunder 2. They're all supposed to come back.
Hey, Tom's got something important to say.
All right.
Really honored to be here with you.
Give us your money. Come on.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money.
Trust. Thank you for your confidence in me. And I've personally been very privileged.
Yeah, you have.
To see what you do. To help, to protect, to serve all of us.
This dude's name is David.
Oh, yeah.
David
That sounds
David.
familiar.
I want to tell you something. That I have never met a more competent, a more intelligent, a more tolerant, a more compassionate being outside of what I've experienced from LRH. And
Sign
I've
me up.
met the leaders of leaders.
That's it, David.
Okay? I've met them all. So I say to you, Sir COB, we are lucky to have you, and thank you very much.
Look at that
Still
clap.
Nicole. It's not
Yeah,
Nicole.
Wow, he's just wow.
Look at how strong the clapping and the shaking is.
Look at all these people, all these Scientologists here.
Clap like you mean it. Even Tom's clapping like he means it. Wow.
He means it. He loves this dude.
It's all theater to him though as well. There's got to be that.
You, Mr.
Surely.
L. Ron Hubbard,
I don't
sir.
think so. I think he's a true believer.
I'm
Like
seeing
I
packages.
really
Half
think
back.
that he believes in Scientology.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he believes it absolutely. But when you're a lover, you pour
Sure, yeah.
all of that into it. So
Yeah.
he's almost elevating and
Mm-hmm.
pumping himself full of venom. When I say Batman, I mean Batman venom, not like venom.
Wow.
He's literally like just inflating everything. Everything's becoming so
I can
grand.
believe
and-
that he is convincing himself on the spot. Like, this is incredibly important.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this is
Most
my
important.
this is the most important moment of my life right here, right now.
And I will continue on my way. Okay. These are the times now, people. Okay. These are the times we will all remember. Were you there? What did you do? I think you know that I am there for you. And I do care so very, very, very much.
He means it.
So what do you say? We need to clean this place up? Huh? Okay. Because we're counting on you. Okay? All right? Dweller H.
This was 2004.
What was the last thing he said there?
Sorry, Molly.
What was the last thing he said? Something H at the end.
L. Ron Hubbard's initials. He did, didn't he? He
Oh,
went
and that's who he saluted. I'm
Yes.
assuming. Okay.
That's L. Ron Hubbard. There, I think.
Famed science fiction writer prior to
Yes.
creating Scientology. Like,
That's right.
that's the first thing I discovered about Scientology when I was a kid. Learned about it. I was like, "You fucking kidding me?" Like,
That's right.
he wrote science fiction. Okay, but this stuff is all very, very.
That's why
real.
it's literally a made-up religion. Like it's
That-
like
Well, he
literally
did
sci-fi.
Battlefield Earth is L. Ron Hubbard, isn't it?
Dude,
I think so.
when I was taught about Xenu, I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. Oh my god. So Scientology is kind of in the news right now too because Danny Masterson is in court right now, and he was a
Oh, yes.
Scientologist, and
Yes.
he supposedly allegedly raped a couple.
Well, hasn't
Females.
the people who've gone up on stand haven't they been absolutely like eviscerated?
Well, apparently one of the people that went on the stand changed their tune. So people don't know if they've been paid off by Church of Scientology to change their tune or not, because they're also Scientologists. So it's just all sketchy. And the judge keeps being like, we don't want to talk about Scientology in this court. And there's no getting around it. So it's a very fucked up case. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think he could have done it and had it hidden. I can't tell because it's Scientology.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that to contribute to that. But yeah, I know that somebody's been up for doing naughty time with women.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's but we don't know. We don't know.
So many of these crazy cults doing naughty time with women. You gotta stop doing naughty time with women. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Just gotta stop it.
It's just
Read books with them or something.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Whether there's naughty time with women then you can be
Play
like,
sports ball with them.
Women can't catch.
embroidery. Do some embroidery.
That's why it's great with women, because you'll win.
Okay, let's go through some supers for the last 15 minutes.
Let's do it.
And let's kind of go through some of them. What I'm going to do though is I'm just going to see, because as always, when the stream starts, YouTube just decides to reset everything. Which is dumb because but they have made the font. They have changed the font on the back end, and it looks very crisp and clear. Thank you, YouTube.
Have they fixed the fucking memory leak on the super chat thing yet? That, dude, when you do like an 8.5 hour stream, I don't know if you started doing this to compensate, but I have. Whenever I get a moment in the gameplay or the game that's like a kind of a gap, I'm like, well, better refresh the page before it forces me to refresh it anyway.
I don't do that, but when I do gameplay streams, I just keep right on top of all the super chats, literally as they come in.
Yeah,
you know,
which is fucking annoying because sometimes you want to, you need to catch it.
Yes,
it's
yeah.
hard to
Sometimes
explain.
you're doing a thing that you can't just stop immediately to.
It's entirely a first world
star
problem. I'm willing to concede that. It's just what?
Why don't you guys just star them as they come, like on StreamYard, and then they don't disappear? That's what I do.
I don't use StreamYard.
Don't use StreamYard when stream video games.
Oh, that's why you don't. Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, it's very much I'll concede a first world problem, but it is so fucking annoying when like I'm very invested in what's happening and there's 3 messages I haven't read yet, and then it just fucking goes, oh, reload the page, it's dead now.
Yay.
It's like, thanks.
So the first one is from Arctraz S299. With a $5 says, hail all, as I have a Kickstarter you might be interested in. It's a comic called Big Titty Goth Girlfriends on the Moon.
Nice.
By Cirque. You're welcome. I'm interested already.
That sounds like a great name for a comic.
Sounds like a great name for a girlfriend. Big Titty Goth Girl. Yeah, I got a Big Titty Goth girlfriend. It's fine. Marksman at 117B with a $5 says, as we gave up on trying to help you. Instead, we created Aswatch, a team of FNT members dedicated to recording all your men's racks fiascos. There's only been, I don't know, half a dozen. Marksman at 117B again with a $2 says, you are the star of your own nature series. Oh, thank you. Meth Bear, God, these are just all insults at me right now. Meth Bear with a $20 says, as Scott plows and fertilizes your fields while you host and is doing the same to your wife.
Wow.
He asks you to interview DSP so he can have more time to plow and fertilize in peace. I have the best fans ever.
Yikes.
Iron Maiden with a £10 says, hail Nina, Rekieta, and Spookler. Hail Drinker. Finished Dark Harvest. And now book 4 deep inside, ladies, the Drake series. Love your work. Hail, last of all, hail one of the best Brits in the business. As well, you can come back. Iron Maiden, you can come back anytime if you're gonna sweet talk me like that.
I heard that's fake news, like you're from New Zealand or something, right?
Nikki D with a $5 says, do you think Top Gun Maverick will get a sequel? If so, where do you think they'll take the story next? I don't know. I would say it's not going to get a sequel, but I think it's made too much money to not get another film.
I could guarantee you that they were like, well, we'll make this and it'll be a fun thing to make. And then they were like, you would make another one, right? No. And it's like, you sure? They're like, no. And then the boardroom were like, maybe you should.
This made $1.4 billion. We're going to make another. Made a lot of money. Bufford T. Justice with a $50 says, an hour late and an hour gay. We were on time. Well, we were about 10 minutes late because UK as the pin chat. We have had daylight saving here in the UK.
Yeah.
And I think you get it next week in America, Shire.
Yeah.
So things are.
I thought they don't do that in the US anymore.
I think some states don't.
No, I heard it was federally passed that they're not going to do it anymore. But I don't know. Yeah.
I know Canada is. Canada apparently is going back.
Well,
Next.
Canada, that's different. Different place.
I know
So
it's
wait.
a different country.
So, you know, you
It's
don't have
over
to
there.
you don't have to worry about the super chat thing lagging out when you're doing it with StreamYards. Then, is that how that works?
I don't use StreamYards much. I mean, if there's like a big super that just jumps out at me, then I'll pop it up. You know.
I just mean like this screen you're reading it from. Is it this YouTube Studio?
Yeah.
Oh, so it is the one that can just break on you randomly.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
But now I'm actually having to read this from the monetization super chat page instead.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah, that's what I end up having to do as well.
Yeah.
Some people may have misunderstood me. They were like, "Oh, it must be so difficult for you to receive free money." It's like, no, that part's fine. that all works perfectly. It's the be able to read people's messages. YouTube fucks with it.
Yes.
Like, YouTube's like, "Here's the message." You go, "Ooh," and then it goes, "Take it away." Haha.
Redacted, right? Like message
the-
redacted.
In the back end, we have this thing called YouTube Studio, which basically we can have the chat, we can have all the data of the stream, all this kind of stuff, and it has the super chats there, and it has the amount and the person obviously and the message.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to like put this on slow mode, it's on slow mode, but let's say if I wanted to turn off slow mode, and I edited and turned off slow mode, it'd wipe it all.
Mm-hmm.
It'd wipe all of that. So I couldn't see the super chats and I couldn't read out your super chats. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to leave YouTube Studio. I know this is a first world problem. I'd have to leave YouTube Studio, go to my back end, go down to a different tab, open that, go to another tab, open that, and then it would bring up all the super chats. Then the studio is just a nice. No, yeah, I would have to read and. Any more super chats that came in wouldn't be added. So I'd have to read what I had, and then I'd have to update. I'd have to refresh.
I don't know, like why
it's a lot of work.
It's just a first world problem, but it's just like something YouTube should have fucking.
It's annoying.
Yeah, they should have fixed it. It should have just be a live super chat, you know, in the back end. They should just be one of those. I don't know why there isn't chat, but for super chats only.
Now everyone's just talking about our back ends more.
By the way,
people enjoy our back end.
I acknowledge that the chat called me out and said that I was wrong. That's true.
About what?
On
the daylight saving times in the US. It's not federal.
Well, you
were right.
You do live in Mexico, so
that's true.
What does a Mexican know about
I read
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
But I guess it didn't. The vote didn't pass apparently, but I thought it did. So there we go.
I feel like they would have how long have America had daylight saving stuff? Like, I feel like that would have huge effects on everything, like industry wise, to lose that much daytime.
Well, all the farms are closed now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, in Mexico, they got rid of it. Like they were like, we're not doing daylight savings anymore.
How do you guys feel about it, daylight savings?
I think it's retarded. I
don't know what to think about it.
I don't have a thought. I don't have a feeling about it.
I just think we should just keep it at one time. Like, I fucking hate switching back and forth.
I think I can agree with that. It's an annoyance for like a week or so with just a couple things changed around, but then you get used to it again. And I'm just like, wait, why change it at all? But then again, I don't know. There's those people in my life who are like, yay, more light. And I'm like,
no, I don't care about that. Mahler, what I care about
it's only
is
for a very short period of time, though.
Yeah, because for me, like in Mexico, because they don't do it and everybody else does it, like I go from Central Time to Eastern Time every 6 months. So it's really fucking annoying. I'm like,
welcome to the Real BBC. We're dealing with the big topics today of daylight savings.
I like it.
Look, let's just all start sleeping in the day and waking up at night. That'll be neat.
I like
that.
Yes.
No.
I do that anyway.
For 1 year. 2 years? 3 years. Just 3 years.
I need my photosynthesis.
I do that anyway,
Get a
Mahler.
UV lamp.
Buy a sad lamp, you pussy. Sci-Fi Cola with a 12 euro says, hope you're well as any chance of a live reaction video to Babylon 5 Sleeping in the Light. It's the greatest TV finale of all time. I beg of you to make this a reality or at least review it. Maybe at some point, because I need to... I'm like 3.5 seasons into Babylon 5, and I really probably need to go back and just watch it all again, because...
It's been a bit.
It's been a couple of years now, I think, since I saw an episode. So I really need to kind of... Although I've got, decent recollection, I need to get that emotional attachment back again as well, because there's some really good stuff. So maybe at some point in the future. Now then, I can now go to the YouTube studio.
Yay!
Also, that back end that we talked about, because we're going back here again, chat. It doesn't show any of the memberships, renewals, or new memberships. Only the super chat.
It's so lame that they don't show the memberships.
Fucking annoying.
I like back ends though.
Yeah, somebody called me out my sleeping pattern. You're absolutely right, John. I have my sleeping pattern can be in. Right now, it's fucked, but I'm hoping to unfuck it
at some point.
Yeah. By the way, the second Amazon delivery did not arrive today. It's meant to be here by 9. It's now 9. It's not here. Okay, let's carry on. So we had Art of Dominique with a $5. Says, thanks for the like on Twitter, as it made my day. It really did. The hot dog plushie is so cute. They did a wonderful little rendition of this. My hot dog plushie, which is coming out soon.
Oh.
Soon.
I can't wait.
That's Loose Lugnuts has become a member at the Stormtrooper level. Thank you. Grand Dark Fang with a $10 says, speaking of Guts theme, now is a great time to get into Berserk manga. The manga is coming up on their final arc. All the pieces are moving into place.
Oh my god, is it? I have to go back and read the rest now. Okay,
Joseph Dots with a $2 says, chat, is Gary here? Drinker? Nah, it'd be fine. Sean Godley with a $5 says, how do you know this is the live stream for you? If you read the words, the message, and your mental voice says it with a Scottish accent, you're welcome. The message. Space Monkey 0899 with a $5 says, pray for Brazil. A lot of political unrest due to the election. Big thumbs up, Dan Vask. Love you.
Yeah, Dan. Hang in
Big
there.
Rog with a 2 Canadian thumbs up super sticker. Thank you, Big Rog. Bradley Burnett, who gifted memberships. With a $10 says, if you can attend a Friday night Tights Geeks and Gamers meetup, do it. Great time with great people. A few of us commented on how difficult it was to find drinkers table at TampaCon, like Super Where's Waldo. I think that had something to do with the organizers, from what I hear. Fenrir Fire has a Force Sensitive membership for 2 months and says, hey, all glad to see you and your community enjoying so much success, especially with the recent meet and greet in Orlando. Take that, Holly Weird. I added the weird. He said Hollywood, but I did a thing. Hatchet with a Stormtrooper 5-month membership. Thank you. Enoch Mamon with a $10 saying, read an article on Kotaku about Cavill leaving The Witcher. They said he's leaving the show. He's leaving the show because of fights over the source material is a conspiracy theory. In my opinion, that translates into logical reasoning. By the sounds of it, it does sound like Cavill wanted things done in a manner that they didn't want things done in. I don't believe that that makes him problematic to work with. I mean, if this was in the right hands, he's an absolute godsend.
Yeah.
But he's not. It's not in the right hands. So that's why you will organically get clashes. And even he said after season 2, they interviewed him and they said, what would you like to see in season 3? And he just said, I'd like to see them stick closer to the source material.
Yeah, he literally said that.
That was almost verbatim what he said. He gave no fucks. He was quite clearly annoyed and frustrated with how the show was positioning Geralt, and fully understandable, because I've been on the record saying both seasons are fucking shit. For the Emperor has been a Force Sensitive for 3 months and says, keep doing what you're doing. Baron Von Baldy Pants with a $5 says, as Drinker and Pope all in one. If this stream doesn't end up 90% 40k talk, I'm sending Eisenhorn after y'all. Also, hi, Mola and Nina.
Hello.
It didn't, so my my Death Guard will take care of fucking that pussy anyway. Fucking space furries. Go fuck yourself.
Hello.
Rainroth with a 100 Norwegian says, say something horrible about Rings of Power, please. It makes me happy. It exists.
Harfoots.
Psychos. Go on, Mauler, say something.
We're gonna get a season 2 of that one day.
I know.
There you go.
That
That's
is
something
the
horrible.
worst. Oh, that is
5
horrible,
seasons.
man.
5.
Maybe. Well, hey, I wouldn't bet the farm on that.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah.
Wouldn't bet the farm on
Who
that.
knows?
Woo. Whit Grabitus. Nina, you meant to swallow, not spit. With a 14-month Stormtrooper member. Ship, thank you. Gaza with a 3-month Force sensitive says, hey, all you beautiful bastards. And Nick. Ada Robertson with a £4 fiddy says, DSP is Ken Karen. Bass player 2011 Iffy has been has become a Force sensitive member. Thank you. Unlocking those playthroughs hidden behind the paywall. Jobs McGee with a £2 says, Mama Susan's status is, well, I got news for you. Oh my God. Oakley Vandal with a 2-month Force sensitive says, hail to the illustrious panel Rackets. You should really consider releasing a Guns N' Roses shirt. Credit to @ToadSco for sparking the idea. The Critical Pole with 100 Polish says, hail guys. Drinker, it's been amazing to see Rogue Elements getting such funding. It's proof that fans are thirsty for non-woke, good old entertainment. Nick, hopefully your unban will be permanent and Rumble will thrive. Grand Admiral Adam, been a Force sensitive for 3 months and says, hail to my fellow Minnesotan Nick Rekieta. While I'm not a lawyer, I have spent 19 years working in a law firm in downtown Minneapolis.
The funniest thing was when I was on Nick's Rumble stream the one night, and there's like basically like one rule, and it's no porn, and that's like the only rule. And somebody started posting porn, of course, and then he showed it, and he was like, "Fuck, am I gonna get banned off Rumble now?" And he was like freaking out, and he's like, "I don't know how to fix it because they don't have like an edit function on Rumble yet." So he was like freaking out. It was pretty funny.
Laydart, I don't know if your birthday's today. I thought it was tomorrow, but if it's today, I want to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, later.
Happy boy.
I think it's tomorrow, but I could be wrong. But if it's today, happy birthday. Yeah, I think right, guys, I'm gonna have to, because we're only on 3 hours today, I'm afraid. We're gonna have to call it there. I will do a super chat square up for all the super chats which haven't been read out. Massive thank you, by the way, to everyone. So if your super chat hasn't got read out, I will do a super chat square up, which I think is going to be next Monday, because this Sunday I have plans.
Oh,
Afternoon plans. Going out for a meal with a mate.
Nice.
We're going to catch up. We haven't caught up for a while, so I'm going to get it is tomorrow. I was right there. I see.
Oh.
I remember these.
Happy early birthday, then. There you go.
Happy early birthday. So yeah, if you haven't had your super chat read out, do not panic. When I do my catch up stream, I will read it out then, and I go, my super chat. Yeah, I go through all of that, stuff that we do here. I do there. And if you can't catch that stream, the VOD stays up, so you can just watch at your leisure. So massive, massive thank you. I think we did over 9,000 people.
My goodness.
Which is pretty my goodness. I don't need a dump. I am hungry though, because I haven't eaten. Somebody said Ads needs a dump. No, I'll tell you. I'll tell people if I need a dump. I'm not.
It's kind of like you need a reverse dump in a way.
Yes, I need to fuel up so I can dump.
So that, yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely need to do that. Massive thank you to Critical Drinker. Massive thank you to Nick Rekieta for being guest today. Mola.
Hello.
Have you got anything you'd like to plug, like a plushie.
I was like, wait, am I being prompted? I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I was
yeah,
trying to see if you got to jump in. But...
That's the thing. You got the Rags plushie is still going. If you guys are interested, it's the 2.0 one. It's a cuddly little guy. Comes with a beer. If you want to check it out, you got 4 days and 20 hours. Oh my gosh, 420. Can you believe
Oh my
it?
god.
What a coinky dink. But yeah, as for myself though, I've got things I'm working on. Halloween was the big month for getting stuff done.
Nice.
November's gonna chill down a little bit while I just prepare other things probably, and then maybe we'll get some EFAP movies out for Christmas. Not sure. We'll try. We'll see what we can do. But of course, the big thing coming is just Ragnarok will be released November 9th, I think. I'm looking forward to streaming that. It's gonna be fun. Fun on the bun. I think Drinker said he's a maybe on that. I assume are you a maybe on it, as I can't remember.
On the
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok?
I
have no idea what you're talking about.
You can do it. Get them gears spinning.
Ragnarok. Thor. Oh! God of War.
God of War, yeah.
You got it.
I got it. I did a thing.
You did it.
Yay.
Are you getting it? I wonder what I'm kind of more interested in watching you play it.
Oh well, I guess yeah. I'm playing it day one. I'm gonna play the fuck out.
When's it released? When's its actual release date?
November 9th, I believe.
Okay, so
is it just a PlayStation 4 thing or
5? But yes.
I mean 5.
Is it just? Oh, I haven't got my PlayStation 5 set up for up here. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm a PC girl.
So yeah, got it's downstairs now.
All right. Well,
but my beast is coming with a built-in capture card, so I could bring it back up because all these external capture cards, these Rip Saws and Elgato stuff.
Yeah, they suck compared to the built-in ones.
Yeah.
I don't have a PlayStation 5.
Loser.
No, I'm just joking. I don't give a fuck about PlayStation 5.
Wow.
You gotta fucking work harder, woman.
I don't want one. Is that
you
is
want
that...
all of them?
Oh!
I want I have a really great PC and I'm good with that. That's it. I'm good with PC. Fuck Sony. There, I said it.
Sure.
You can call
Nina, anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, I hopefully the hurricane won't hit my house and I'll have internet tomorrow night. And for that show, for Breaking the Narrative, I'm supposed to have Alex Stein on. So that'll be really fun. I'm going to talk with Alex Stein at 10 Eastern. And speaking of busy months, I am planning on doing a cosplay calendar. So in the next month or so, I'll be super busy with picking the characters I'm going to do and photo shoots and all that stuff. So I'm looking into all those things. So that will be announced very soon, hopefully. And that's it. That's what. And of course, my channel. Check out my channel.
Lovely. Chat, people that are here, I just want to say thank you very much indeed. A legit heartfelt thank you for making last month just a blow away month for my channel. Legit. Loads of people checking into the vids, loads of people coming and watching the streams, and it's been unbelievable. So huge thank you for all the mega support you give me. I am very, very grateful. I am very, very humbled by it. I might get something to eat and come back and play some video games.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll probably be watching you play video games.
Voyeur.
I like stalking you.
Ladies. I don't know. I don't know whether to do some more. But I don't know whether to do some more.
Dynasty or
village dynasties, or shooting people in the face in Modern Warfare 2. Probably end up doing dynasties stuff,
or a bit of both, eh?
Best of both worlds. So thank you again. If you missed what I said, if you didn't get your super chat read out, do not panic. There will be a super chat square up before the next real BBC. Probably Monday, but it might be Saturday for I don't know. It just won't be Sunday because I can't do Sunday afternoon. And the next two Real BBCs should be on Gary's channel next week and the week after to balance that out, because they should
Feel
have been on
better,
Gary's channel.
Gary. We love
So
you.
yeah, feel better, Mr. Nerd Erotic. Rest that voice, rest yourself. You're not a young whippersnapper anymore.
Not anymore now.
And we'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Until then, you take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.